Everybody have a good weekend.
Great, great.
Good one.
I hung out with 1.5 million of my favorite Eagles fans on Friday.
That's awesome.
I saw it was a big day for engagements too.
Yeah,
Can I ask a quick question before we get started?
sure.
Okay. This is hi, my name's Emily, new here. In regards to uploading the houses into the cash buyers, I have a client who wants to do that with both of her properties. I did upload one of her homes already, and we did get quite a few, offers. I just wanted to be really clear and concise when I go and present these to her. Is there, hold on, here's my questions. Is is it best to is it best practice to put the reno budget in the initial offer, and then does that get uh regenerated or adjusted during inspection and appraisal process?
Yeah, so just for everybody's benefit, the way these work, if you're dealing with like a Delia or Zoomkasa or Homeward or any of these guys,
Okay.
you get them under contract using your own state paperwork. So I'm in Pennsylvania. I write up an agreement of sale with the state of PA, but you're not representing anybody. So I don't know about your state one, but in Pennsylvania, I have a checkbox where you put the listing agent and the buyer agent. You check non-represented, non-represented, because the hedge fund is going to buy directly from the seller. So
Oh,
you get it under contract.
okay.
And then as soon as you get it under contract, they'll call you as the agent and schedule the inspection. So the inspectors will come in, do a full inspection of the house,
Okay.
and then based on the inspection and then also the condition of the house, they'll come up with a
Hmm.
renovation budget. So I don't like Zudelia. I'm actually firing them at the end of this transaction. I have a transaction I'm under contract with. It'll probably be my last one because they are very bad to work with. But I've had beautiful experiences with Zoomkasa. So Zoomkasa, what they do is they contact me and say, Smarty, what are the ARVs? What are you shooting for? And I'll do my own CMAs in the neighborhood and say, like I just did one with we're in the process of finishing renovations. They
Hmm.
bought it for 480,000, but renovated houses in the same neighborhood are going for 650, 700.
Okay.
So I said, I'm shooting for 650 to 700. And, with this, I need a new kitchen, new bath. I need paint, a full paint job, all the floors redone. I need external work. We need to do landscaping. So we came out with about a $80,000 budget. So what
Okay.
happens before the first closing in the initial payout to the seller, they deduct the $80,000 of equity and they hold that back so they could do the renovations. So our
Okay.
seller, let's just round it up and say it's a $400,000 deal. The seller has $200,000 mortgage. So in the first payout, they're going to usually pay 80% or 75% of the 400. So let's just say bring it down to let's just say it brings it down to 350,000. So
Okay.
what they do is at the settlement table, they're going to pay off the mortgage, which is 250. So they have
Okay.
$100,000 to work with. If they're going to need 50 for renovations, they take that aside, and then the seller will get $50,000 at the first settlement table. Okay, for
Okay.
the house. And then you come in and you do the renovations, and then they give you the listing on the other side. They list it at the back end at 650, 700. And then what
Okay.
happens is on the second sale, the seller will get their original holdback because they hold back like 30% in the beginning plus the renovation budget. So the holdback
Okay.
money gets released back to the seller plus the difference between what they bought it for versus what you finally sold for. That upside potential also goes back to the seller.
Okay.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
So yeah, I mean, I'm driving right now, so I'm glad this is recorded because I'm definitely going to go back and open up my app and like look at it and go over it.
So it's
But
original plus
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
okay. Um, so after the offer is accepted and they get the first portion, is there like a contingency where if the house doesn't sell or if it's on the market for X amount of time and they pull it from the market, will they just not receive the second payout and have to agree to only receive the first, or could that first one get pulled from them?
Well,
Like,
I
how does
have
that?
had the first ones get pulled if the inspection came in and it's just there's not enough room. It needs way too much. I had a
Right,
house that there was foundation problems and it was going to cost way more
right,
to bring it up to
right.
speed to resell it. So they just pulled from the deal during the inspection.
Okay, so
But
that's normal
on
though.
the other side, if you're dealing with like Zedelia, with it, I use Trade In as the partner for Zedelia. That's the one I have under contract right now. They give you
Hmm.
a marketing plan that aggressively sells this house. So they're going to force you every 2 weeks to reduce it. You have to report to them how many showings you had. Do you have any offers? How many showings? How many eyeballs did you get in marketing? And then based on a table they have, if you've had 18 plus showings in 2 weeks, they reduce it by 3.2%. And if you only had 10 showings, then it's 4%. If you only had two showings, they're going to reduce it by like 6 or 8%. So they're going to
Okay,
keep reducing the price until it flies off the market. So
okay, okay,
there may be a situation where the price reductions to the final sale, if it goes below what the seller originally got in the first offer, the hedge
hmm,
fund has to eat the loss.
yeah,
And if it goes to where the offer was, the seller doesn't get any money in the second transaction because it's at par. And then if it's a little bit more, they get a little extra on the side. They'll still get their as long as it goes what they offered or higher, they're going to get the reserve fund back plus
right,
the upside. So, but if it's lower, they may take some of the money out of the reserve and
yeah,
just give them the balance. But
okay.
if it drops even below the reserve, then the hedge fund has to eat the difference.
Right. So, that being said, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Is there a training on this that I could find in all of our training classes?
Yeah, so inside the learning center, guys, there's a
Yep.
talking to sellers. I have a section for each of the offer types, like trade in, cash offer plus, sell and stay, and I kind of go over like who do I present it to, and then how the process works.
Okay,
So
awesome.
go in the training course and let me know if you have any questions. We could do some more follow up.
Okay, and then this recording will be in the training courses as
Yeah,
well, or it's
yeah,
okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. You have a
yeah.
fabulous day, and thank you
Yeah.
for answering my questions.
You got it. Hopefully
All
that was
right.
helpful for everybody, but that's how these offers work. If you haven't done an offer yet, um,
Yeah.
you got to be aware of how it works. And when you're doing these offers, guys, I never float a number to the seller. They'll say, "What's the offer?" I go to the house and say, "Let's go talk about it." Because once I see the house and what the potential is, I'm going to say the offer ranges in this price range. But
Right.
until we get down to brass tacks, we're going to know what the final offer is and what we're shooting for.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
if you just throw a number at a seller, guys, if they don't like the number, they slam the door on you. You're done talking to them. So I never want the door slammed on me. I want to be able to get to the kitchen table because I may have a different type of offer that's better for them to sell the house, including me putting a for sale sign in the front yard.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
yeah, you sure. All right, let's go through. I think Tim, you were first.
Thanks. I'll share my screen. Uh, Where's it at? So hopefully these are just quick. I'm having issues um, with stuff like this, and I don't know how to fix it. Oh, that's a different question there.
Yeah, that should be automatic. So you know why? Because the user's first name is you. You got to go into settings into my staff and see who's using the system. So this is pulling your first name and last name from your profile. So if you navigate over to the CRM, I'll show everybody, Tim. Uh,
Okay.
when you're in the CRM,
By the way, look at my favicon I made.
oh, you got your
AI.
favorite con. There you go. Cool.
AI on it.
Yep. So
Um,
if you go to my staff on the left, this is where it pulls all the numbers, all the data. So it should be pulling your user first name from Tim right there. But if you open up the pencil on the right-hand side, look at your record. But why I'm on this screen too, guys, for the newbies, it's critically important that you manage your own staff record in the CRM. Go there and just play with it today. Make sure it's fully filled out. Down below, if you go all the way down below, Tim, this is where you put your email signature. So all the emails that come out of the CRM are going to take the signature block from here. So I had a couple of you this week and last week said, "Hey, Smarty, the emails don't have any signatures." And I had one girl in our group. She spent all weekend editing 300 emails and putting her name and phone number and email as the signature of every email. And I said, "What did you waste your time for? All you had to do was come here and put it once, and all 340 emails are going to have that signature." So make sure that you get a nice signature block there, and then every email goes out, we'll have it. You also have your calendar that you want to use here, so everybody can have their own default calendar. And then on the left-hand side, you'll have your call and voicemail settings. So you could set up your voicemail. You could identify different channels, like how you want to be notified. So if you want to get a text message, you want to get an inbound call, get it routed to you. And then there's a little wave file down there where you could set up your own voicemail from the CRM. So if somebody calls your smart number, you want the voicemail to kick in. And then you also have user availability. So this is for your calendar. Everybody has their own availability of when you want to be available. So when somebody comes in, you have some mess ups there, Tim, because I see you're available 1 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Tuesday. You meant p.m.
That's what happened. Okay, that explains the other question I had for you.
Yeah. You weren't available during the day.
Seeing 5 a.m. I was going to say, well, Smarty, why am I seeing 5 a.m. on my...
Yeah, and you have to change everyone. Yeah.
Man, okay, there's a question answered. Thank you. So going back to that,
So
going...
let me test it on mine. Let me test it on mine to see if, because it's maybe just you're testing yourself. So I'm going to go into Tim's account, guys, and I'm going to go grab his schedule page, and we'll see if his name pops up on the schedule.
You want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, let's stop sharing.
If I can find it.
All right, so I'm seeing the same thing. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna troubleshoot this together. So I'm also seeing me logging in the user. So what we're doing is we're gonna go into calendars here in settings, and the quick meetup. We'll edit that guy. Let me look at what calendar you're using. So everybody, if you're not aware, on your website that I gave you guys, everybody has a schedule page right on your website. So schedule a call. So I'm just going to open up Tim's schedule a call, and we'll take a look at what's going on. So this section here, oh, that's why, Tim. This is why it wasn't working. So on the schedule page, guys, when you're configuring your schedule, you got to click on this is like a temporary calendar. It's just a widget on the website. On the far right over here is where you can do padding and stuff. And look right here, his calendar drop down is empty. So Tim hasn't told the system which calendar does he want as the default calendar on his website. Is it a 15-minute, 30-minute? So if I go like this and say 15-minute with a quick meetup with Tim, now it's going to pull in the actual calendar, and then I'll just publish. So now that'll work now, Tim.
Okay.
So if you wanted to have your default calendar be a 30-minute with you, this is where you set it up, guys. So you could set up as many calendars as you want inside the CRM. So by default, I gave you guys a 15-minute quick catch up and then a 30-minute. So you guys could decide how you want your clients to meet with you. If you want a 30-minute time block or whatever. You just remember though, on the website, you got to tell the website, this is the calendar that I want to be on my website. So you just go to the schedule page on the website, and then on the right-hand side, you have the calendar drop down where you pick which calendar you want. So now if I open it up, Tim, in a view.
Yeah, and while you're on there, I got one other thing for you to check on this.
Yeah. There's Tim the Realtor.
There we go. Let's go scroll down a little bit. Okay, perfect. All right, go to the very bottom of my footer. And click on policy, privacy policy. I see I'm getting the same issue with the custom values not populating.
Let's take a look at this one here, the company name. So it should be pulling data from your system. So if I come into settings, custom values, and I open up a company, search for company, that's why that one's not coming in, Tim. You didn't put your company in there.
Okay.
So here we got to put, I don't know if you just Tim Formica.
That's fine.
So a lot of the data that's on like your pages on your website, your privacy pages, your footers on your website, they're all coming from
Didn't that show that on their value there?
yeah, it should have. There it is. It just took it a second. So now if I come over here and look at sites and open up his privacy policy.
And the other site should follow through, right?
Yeah, it should follow through.
No, it's still not doing it.
It's still not doing it.
It's not blue. Maybe it's not live.
Yeah, it should be live though. And city's coming from your location city. So that should be coming from your under business profile. You do have city entered. So I'll troubleshoot with this offline, Tim, with you to figure out why the privacy's not working.
Okay.
I'm curious. Let me just look at mine. I haven't looked at mine in a while. Let me see if it's doing it across, because maybe that's a go high level issue right now. So let me see if I see it on mine. No, see, mine's pulling everything in. Yeah, I'll troubleshoot with yours why yours is not doing that, Tim. We'll look at that. I'll fix that for you.
Okay, and I have one more question if I could share my screen. I'll be done. So I'm going through my links and emails and so forth, and I'm getting a little bit confused. Like, in this email, expired email, I don't think this link was working right. And so I started and I stopped. I did it on the first one. I put my link to my page versus putting it in there. And like you were saying earlier, you don't want to put 50 of these things in. So I'm not sure what link I should be using.
Yeah, so when you're in updating your trigger links, guys, you find the button in the template, as Tim did here, is that white space. He highlights the white space. If you look on the far right on the top, it says, what is the button text? So the text says, see your offer now. So this is a button that you want to direct them right to the iList cash offers page. So they open it up and there's their address and the cash offers that they're getting.
By the way, that was my double question. You're saying iList, but I have ProEdge iList.
Yeah,
So,
it's one and the same. So even though you're still using mine, but you have there's a trigger link to the iList URL.
okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
So you just pick that trigger link for the cash offer, and then
Uh-huh.
this will work. And then if you see another email that goes out says check the value of your house, you want to point it to the value iList value URL. So Tim, if you just go to marketing trigger links, and in the search window up there, search iList. There's the two.
It'll be this one right here.
Yep.
Okay.
So one's for cash and one's for home values. And then always test, guys. Once you have an email, run a test to your own inbox and make sure the button looks good and the email looks good, and you hit the button and it goes where you expect it to go.
What am I looking for? Templates to fix that?
Yeah, go back into templates, email templates.
Just froze on me.
So you can go into like the cash offer ones.
Yeah. I was looking for seller.
Yeah, good. How are you? Get a pedicure. Pedicure.
So these seller
Later. I don't need the waiting time now, but
mute.
I just needed to know where to get it. So, which one was that? Expired. I'm not finding it. I'll go back home.
There's a whole folder for expireds. So there's multiple pages, Tim. Just go page by page, because you're looking at, if you do it that way, you're going to just see everything with expired. That's one way to look at it. But also all the templates are just organized in nice folders. There's just multiple pages because I have so many folders. So if you go to the second page, you'll probably find that whole folder for expireds. So that one says, let's talk. When you were in there, that one goes to your book a call trigger link.
Okay, I'll go back and fix that one. I'm just because what I was looking at was this ProEdge 5 expired email too. Okay. But now I know where to look and find it. So okay, I'll fix those later. I don't want to waste your time right now. I can finish it. Thanks.
All right, Jeff.
So question to kind of bounce on Molly's question on the iList tech. Is that seller coming in basically as a referral transaction with Zoocasa in Skyslope?
No. Well, what happens, Jeff, for Skyslope is, for us EXPers, we use Skyslope. If you don't know what that is, that's just our transaction system. But the way it works, Jeff, is I don't put anything in the first transaction. So when we do the deal with the seller, like I said, you use your state agreement of sales. You say non-represented, so there's no John Smart on the listing agreement, or the agreement of sale doesn't have me at all. So nothing goes into Skyslope. When they come in and they do the renovation, then you're going to get a listing agreement with Zoomcasa or Zudelia.
Right, but no, I understand
I get a listing agreement, and then that's when I enter it into Skyslope as a listing agreement, and then I put it on the MLS and get it on Skyslope to manage the transaction.
Okay, so but I mean, there is no payment to you until later on, correct?
Well, Zudelia tells you, it didn't happen to me, but Zudelia says they're going to pay you a couple points in the first transaction, a couple points on the second transaction. They pay me 0 in the first transaction, and I'm suspect if they're even going to pay me on the second transaction. That's why I'm so pissed at Zudelia. They've been crooks. But Zoomcasa definitely, they just do second payout. So in the final sale of the house.
Okay, yeah.
I have two Zoomcasa renovations going on, and I'll get paid when we put it back on the market.
Okay, yeah, we don't have an unrepresented buyer in Wisconsin, so we have to represent one party. either way. So that's why I was thinking it would have to get paid on referral here, is the only way around it.
Yeah.
If there's an initial payment, if it, and technically you can't pay because of a previous one. It would have to be.
Oh, you know how they'll do it with Zoomkasa that's even cleaner, Jeff, is you don't write it up on any of your contracts at all. So you don't have to worry about it. Zoomkasa will go directly to the seller on their own paperwork and just buy the house, just like an investor would.
Okay, yeah, we would just okay. For me, it would be a referral then
Yeah.
on the first, and then it would be a listing contract on the second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Andrea?
Yes, I actually have a question about, how the process works when you guys explain.
Your voice is coming in really not clear.
Is it better now?
Little better.
No? I actually have someone else talking.
We're getting
I'll
we're getting a
wait.
really bad echo. We're getting a bad echo.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I had someone else talking in my background. I was gonna ask a question about the process with the cash offers, just because I had been kind of hesitant how to use them, and I didn't really realize how you get paid, because I see every time I've gotten one, they say put some type of commission in there. You have to put in a 2 or 3% commission, and I was just kind of confused about that. So is that because we don't get paid on the first part? Do we even put that in there when we're trying to get a deal for a client?
I put it in there anyway because I want to show the full costs because the seller's going to pay that fee anyway. So you want to show all the costs. So I'm very transparent with the homeowner and say this is all the costs associated with the deal. So in fact, let me show you. This will be helpful. Let me show you guys something real quick. Let me find it. When I do a deal with the seller, I put together a full summary for them. See if I could find a good example here for you. Yeah, here we go. So this is one of my live deals. And when I meet with a seller, I always make a spreadsheet for me to sit down with the seller and look at their options. Okay. So the way I put this out is on the left-hand side is core assumptions. So the as-is value of the house was about 489. The mortgage payout for the seller was 235. I also get from the seller, because I want to give them a full financial picture. I asked them what their carrying costs are. What's their monthly mortgage, tax, and insurance they're paying, and any utilities and stuff. And they came back to me and said, we pay about $2,700 a month all in with tax insurance. So I have $2,700 of carrying costs. Then closing cost was 2.5% in the state of Pennsylvania. Commissions 5%. Seller assist. So what I did here was, knowing my market, 80% of the buying activities in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, the buyers are asking the seller for some kind of assistance on closing costs and stuff. So I put 6%, which is the maximum for FHA. And then seller credits, I said, anytime you have an inspection, the seller may ask for credit. So I put in a 2% for credits, if they do an inspection, say, whatever. And then the program fee was 6.5% for Zoomkasa. So what I did here was I did a traditional listing month. I did months on market, 3 months. So the carrying cost is $8,100. If I put the as is house on the market at 489 with commissions, closing costs, credits, they were going to pay off the mortgage. They were going to net about 173 or 178. Then I gave them another option, which was Zoomkasa, which was a cash offer plus. And then the one on the far right is I call it Revive and Sell. And Revive and Sell I use for all my deals. At the time, this was Curbio. So Curbio is a revive and sell company. And then we have renovation cells, which we had our presentation last week on our mastermind. We could use renovation cells. So renovation cells, they were going to bring in the most amount of money with 3 months on the market or carrying to do the renovations. The resale value 590. The rehab cost was about 40,000. So we have our net sale mortgage payout. They're going to walk away with 270. And then the middle column is the Zoomkasa or Zudelia offer. You'll see that they hold back reserve money because they don't give you the full 489 right away. Like Zoomkasa will do usually 65 or 70% in the first payout. So that delta is the reserve. You have your first payout. They pay off the mortgage. They have the estimated rehab. So in the first transaction, they get $86,000. Then I put it back on the market at 590, and after we take out all the costs, they net about 220. Okay. So this is how I represent all the numbers to the seller, and I say, let's make a clear the right decision for you. And some sellers will say, Smarty, just put a for sale sign in the front yard. I want you to sell it. Others will say, like I had 2 sellers say, no, let's go with column 3. I want to be able to maximize my payout and do a revive and sell. The difference between the 2 columns on the middle and on the right, the middle column, they get money in 21 days and they have no more mortgage payments, no carrying costs, right? Because we're buy them out, paying off the house. The one on the right, they still have to carry the costs because Kirby is going to come in and renovate the house, but they still are on the deed, paying the mortgage and all the other stuff. So you had a carrying cost on the right-hand side. But this is how I present to every customer, right? I want to be fully transparent of what we're doing. And then I always explain when I present this, because it's before we sign the deal, you see it says rehab estimates. I said there's two variables on this that we don't know on the whole sheet. One is the final cost of rehab, because until we do a full inspection and get quotes and get the contractors in, we don't know what the real rehab number is. And 2, I don't know the final resale number. I'm going to give them an estimate, 590. But if it takes 4 months to do the renovation, the market can change. And maybe we don't get 590, we get 580, or maybe we get 610. So that final resale on the back end is also a variable that we have to describe to the seller.
Marty, you're saying you actually give them or show them this spreadsheet?
Yep. Yeah, I make this spreadsheet presentation to every single client. And then what I do as well for a lot of my offers is I will have this kind of sheet put together. And then what I do, I'm a dubber. If you guys don't use dub, shame on you. Everybody should be using dub. So I do a dub video where I walk through this sheet with the seller in a dub video, and then I text it to them and they watch it in person or remotely. And then we'll get it on the phone and we'll talk about the options. So I'll either go to the kitchen table, review it, or just do a dub video where I'm actually going through the details. And that works quite effectively. I can get like 6 offers out in a day to different homeowners, just dubbing videos to them about what we're looking to do. And I just did that. I just picked up my 9th listing about an hour ago. So I'm going to have 9 houses on the market starting tomorrow morning. And most of them are all
Marty,
cash
do you have a
plus.
link? Do you have an affiliate link for Dub? Because I need to sign
I
up.
do. Let me, I'll put the affiliate link in for you guys. Give me a second.
Oh, great.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Dub, guys, it's a video marketing platform. It is just one of my favorite apps in the last 2 years because it really monitors. It really helps you. It not only does it help you present, but it tracks who's watching what. So when the seller's like, I didn't like your offer, I'm like, you didn't even watch my video yet. How can you say you don't like it if you didn't watch my video? Because it'll tell you they watched 100% of the video and stuff. So it's just a great solution.
Do you think there would be success marketing the cash offers via like social media instead of just straight email and text?
Yeah, so all my social media that I push out there talk exclusively around all the different selling options that sellers have. So I get sellers all the time reaching out to me. Hey, Smarty, tell me about your trade-in program. In fact, this woman just called me this morning. She's like, I want you to come see my husband and I tonight. She's like, we want to move to Florida. We're tired of the cold weather here in Philly. So I said, let's talk about the trade-in program. So I'm not doing a cash offer program with her. I'm doing a trade-in with one of our trade-in partners. I'm going to be using Annie Mac, Cash to Keys. And I'll sit down with them and go over the Cash to Keys program at the kitchen table. So absolutely, social media, all your social media, you should be talking about your seller options, that you stand out against all the other realtors in town, because you're not just about putting a for sale sign on the front yard, but you're offering solutions for homeowners. We're in this group here, we're consultants for homeowners. We're not realtors. So we come up with a creative way to sell their house based on what their motivation is, condition of the house, equity position, and so forth.
Marty, I don't quite understand the 5% and then the 6%. We've got 5% commission and then the 6% what seller.
Oh, that's easy, Tammy. That's easy. So one is the commission that we get for selling the house, and the other one's the program fee from the hedge fund. That's how the hedge fund makes their money. So every hedge fund has a program fee.
Okay, so the seller's assist, that's really just a program fee.
Seller assist is different, because when I put a for sale sign on the front yard, Tammy, a buyer coming to my house to put an offer in, they may submit an offer and say, we want 3% seller assist to cover our closing costs. So I just had I have a house, one of my houses just went under contract. The seller wanted 6% seller assist to pay all their closing costs. And they wanted a $5,000 credit for, they did an inspection and the roof has a problem. They want $5,000 credit on the roof. And my seller took it. They said, we'll take the offer.
Okay, so that 6% doesn't have to be 6%.
Well, the program fee is 6%, Tammy. It's just the seller assist number is a variable. That could be zero. It could be 0. It could be 100%. Right?
Okay.
Whatever your offers are, the buyers are going to ask if they want any assistance. They're going to ask you how much they want. And a lot of that's based on the financing of the house. So FHA's maximum is 6%. But I had another house, Tammy, where they didn't, I had another offer. They said, we don't want any assistance. We're going to pay. We have enough money to buy the house.
I gotcha.
Okay. Keep going on, Sean.
Can I take the screen for just a second?
Yep.
Just have a couple questions. So we're set up for team assignment leads when we import lists in here. And so I'm wondering, what's the best way to assign if I'm uploading a list for an individual team member or something that's not going to the main round robin that we have set up? Would I make a separate workflow with a tag that's going to send it to a specific user, kind of like this, just a new one for each situation?
Yeah. So, well, what I would do if you're putting a lead in, you just want to assign it to an agent, just go to the contact table, hit the plus sign, add the lead, and assign it to the agent.
But if I'm doing like a bulk import.
Oh yeah. So on the bulk, then you're going to want to do that. So what you would do is you could create an extra workflow. You'll probably want to have a tag for each agent's name. And then you could have a workflow that assigns it to that agent when that tag gets hit.
Got it.
And
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, and then that way, when you do the import, you could apply the tag on the import. So if it's Melinda and I 20 leads with Melinda as the tag, then you want those 20 leads going to Melinda.
Just create a tag for her in a workflow to assign that whole list to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as far as this, who can correct these settings so that I'm able to manage the workflows? My team hasn't been able to do that. They said to check with you.
Yeah, so that's just you control all that there. So your administrator, if you go up on the screen there, slide up on that the screen there. There's a up at the very top. You are set up as an admin. Hit the down arrow on user role. It's all based on your role. So if you're either a user or admin, and then you have all records. So I guess it would be is it Kevin that does the administrating?
Yeah, Kevin and Brad, I think, are on it. Brad said to check with you. He said he wasn't able to do it from his end.
Yeah, you could definitely just set it up so it's all based on security. Based on your role, you'll be able to manage everything in the account or only a subset.
So
There's
Kevin will
also,
have to
guys,
change
just
that.
so you know, if you do have agents like what I do in my group, because I have agents in my sub account in Philadelphia,
Mhm.
I put them in as a user, and then only if you hit the drop down arrow so you can show everybody. So I would set it as a user, click
Mhm.
user, and then on the records there, go up, hit the drop down. I would say only assign data. So that way, if Jim on my team is a realtor, when he logs in, he's only going to see the 6 contacts. When he goes to the contact list, there's only going to be 6 because they're the only 6 assigned to him.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
But in your case, you want to
And
be
then,
admin all records.
yeah. Yeah, it was just those boxes that we weren't able to fix. So I'll check with Kevin again, see if he could
Okay.
get that changed. Okay.
Yeah,
And
check
then
with
this
him
was
because all the permissions are controlled by you guys.
okay. This was what I emailed you about. I'm not sure what our options are on this, but we want some iron gate forms to populate at certain stages, certain pipelines.
Yeah.
So for now, I have them in here, where they can kind of just go there from here, and it says what stage to do it at. But what is a better way to get these? Can they pop up when a
Yeah. So
client's
let's
moving?
go over to workflows. I'll show you real quick how to wire it up in a workflow.
And you
So,
might want to screen share for this because I'm not able to edit workflows yet because of those settings.
okay. Yeah. Let me show everybody. So, what Sean's talking about, guys, he asked in his business capability. He said when a lead goes through a certain stage in the pipeline, he wants them to be required to fill out like an onboarding form or something else, some other form. So inside the workflow, you can, if you create, I'll just create a brand new workflow from scratch. The trigger point can be it's called opportunity changed right here. You see that, Sean?
Mhm. Yes, sir.
Then you hit the filters and you say when an opportunity is in pipeline, let's just say they're in the I don't know, the listing pipeline, and the stage is listing prep. Okay, so then I'll give it a name. I'll do it listing prep stage like that. Okay, so now that I have the trigger, so when you're on the opportunity board, if you drag an opportunity from this stage A over to the listing prep, this workflow is going to fire. So when
Okay.
when an opportunity changes stages, either by you moving it over or whatever, when it makes that move, that's what triggers this workflow. And then you can do all kinds of stuff. You could send an SMS or alert. You could alert the user. So you could send a notice. You could do a push notice, an internal notification, either text, email, or SMS. And then all users or assign user. So whoever's
Okay.
assigned the lead, you could have a template, and then you could say, "Hey, John," and now you can do whatever you want. So
I
you
can
could
load I
say,
can load my forms into that
yeah, you could say
right.
John, and then you'd load your form right here. You could say complete this form, whatever, right? And then you put the URL right there.
Perfect.
Okay, so now it moves pipeline. They're going to get a text message with a requirement to fill out this form. They can click the form and then complete it.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Complete sense. Yep. Appreciate it.
Okay. Let me know if you need any help on that. That's an easy one.
I will. Thank you.
All right, Melinda.
The other people have it too. So I just inputted added a contact, and I was just curious, a lot of the information, it'll have contact 123, but further down, you have like ProEdge, pre-foreclosure ebook or your logo. What should we be putting things in there, or why is that there?
No, those logos aren't in the contact record.
No, I know but there's like boxes there. They're not filled in. I'm just curious what they're for.
Let's take a look. So if I go to contacts,
Just pick one. And so keep going down, keep way far. Keep going, keep going.
like offer details,
Yeah,
additional
yeah,
information.
do not call. It doesn't break it down when you have it all open. It says additional information. Then there's this one thing that says steps, check the box once done, steps. There's a lot of things there that are blank. Yeah, I'm just curious, what do you fill these in? I mean, I've
No,
seen
you don't have
stuff.
to fill them in. I mean, you're not using them, just don't fill them in. And then guys, right here, this is a critical no in the CRM. See that right there, that top of every contact? Does everybody see that at the top of the contact screen? Hide
Yes.
empty fields. I always have it turned on. So now I'm only looking at the fields that have data in them. Because there's a lot of data about these contacts. And if
Right, I was just
60%
curious,
of them
like,
are empty, why look at the empty fields?
no, I know, I'm just asking the question because
Yeah.
they're there.
Yeah. No, there's other fields in there for like IDX broker, Melinda.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
how many
No, I
times
know, there's a
you look
ton
at
of
a
them.
home, and
I'm
there's
just curious.
there's just a ton
Yeah.
of fields about the contact.
Right. If I were to put curious, like, okay, if I put an ebook in, or what would be the point of it?
Well,
Like,
you
what's
don't
the
need
point
it.
of
I think
these-
I had it in a workflow when I delivered an ebook to somebody once. So I said I'll put a field on the contact.
So, and then would you just mark in like sent? Like, it's not like,
Yeah, but don't worry about the ebook. That's like an anomaly
Yeah.
field. That field's
yeah,
not
I'm just
used.
picking.
Yeah, don't worry
It
about
has
that
like
field.
book a
That has
call.
that has no real meaning to anybody. But
And
just
then-
also what everybody, just so everybody knows, hopefully this spring, Go High Level has a really great, powerful capability to create what's called objects. And I don't want to confuse all you guys because you're new, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm ultimately going to rip 80% of the fields out of the contact record and put them in objects. And the reason if the best way to explain it is if you have a homeowner, like I had an investor, Bobby Jones, who came to me. He said, Smarty, I have 7 homes that I want you to sell for me. Well, Bobby is a contact, and there's only one address section for one house.
Yeah.
So how do I sell 7 houses for Bobby if there's only one address for him as a seller? So one of the objects I'm going to be building is a property address, right? A property. And that property is going to have the beds, the baths, the square footage, all the things you see as fields on the contact record. They don't belong on the contact record. They belong on the house record. Because you may have a client that is selling a house with you and buying a house. They're both going to have different fields. They're one house to the other. And then I'm going to also make another object for offers. Because if I list the house, I may have 4 offers on the house. I want to be able to put all 4 offers against this house and not one of his other houses. So I'm really excited about this. It's just not ready yet in Go High Level because like the workflows don't use it yet. So this will be my project for everybody in the spring as soon as Go High Level matures a little bit more.
Is there a way that for contacts, there's nowhere to put a referral? Like Jonathan gave me a referral, I put it in the notes, but if there was
What I do, Melinda, is I create tags for my referrals. So I have a tag for my users that are all my referrals. So it'll say referral. And then I put the referrer's name in there too. So I could have a smart list of all Jonathan's referrals.
Right. So yeah.
So use tags for that.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. I had that when you pick referrals, it shows like other people's names. Like it has Bob in there. It's got so
Yeah. Oh, only because when I give you a snapshot, I give you all my tags. So get rid of those referrals you don't like. If you guys don't know this, in settings, you manage your tag list right here.
Okay, that's what I
Okay.
need to.
So you guys can go in and say referral.
Yep.
And right here, you can just say 3 dots, get rid of this one. 3 dots,
Yep.
get rid of that one. I'm not using that one. I don't use referral exchange, get rid of that one. So you could manage your tags here
Right.
just by, cleaning it up. But when I give you the snapshot, you just get everything that's in the snapshot. That's why you have a Bob referral.
Yeah, there was a
And
Devonshire
you have a couple of
Drive,
my
which
properties because
yeah,
listing the leads populates the properties. So
yeah.
you may have some extra
Okay.
tags that you'll see in the list. You can just clean them
Thank
up.
you.
Lydia, I'll just go left to right. I see James, Steve, Tammy, and Alexa are all in line.
Oh, hi, yes. My question is, I just got called into work. How late are we staying in this meeting?
Well, the newbie is about another 8 minutes, and then we have the general Q&A from 4 to 6.
Okay. Oh,
If you
that's all I
want to come
wanted to
back
know.
at 4 to 6 window, we can answer your question.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks. Tammy? Tammy?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, so my question is when we are cloning like Bob's, some of the videos, and at the end of the video it says meet Bob, how do we change that?
None of the videos should have Meet Bob. So what you do here, Tammy, I'm in your account. So let's go in here. What you do? Wait, let me just mute some people. John Williams, I'm going to get to you too. We're going to import John's file at the end. But Tammy, you need to underneath each in the training center, underneath each page, Tammy, there's a link to the girls' video on the Google Drive. So you need to go to the training course. In the training course, here, I'll just show everybody real quick. If you go into the community, and these do not have Bob at the end, Tammy. These are just the pure girl videos.
Okay, and these are the ones that I'll host.
They're the
on
ones that you're going to put up on YouTube and then put them on your page.
Okay.
So when you come in here, if you go into the Learning Center, and then go all the way down to the website new pages, each one of these pages, like adding value to your house, below the page, you'll have the girls' video right here. And you also have the script. So I gave you the script because some of you guys are using HeyGen and you're making an avatar of yourself saying, or you're going to the ChatGPT and having the avatar say something different.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yep.
James?
You just answered my question. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So go into the new page, you'll get all the girls.
Thank you.
Alexis.
Hi, Smarty. Question for you.
Yep.
That selling option spreadsheet you had up a few moments ago.
Yeah.
Are you going to input out for that? That was really great. And
Yes.
I would like to.
So what I did was, let me just see if I could find it in here. Seller campaigns. I have everything in here, guys. Cash offers.
And Smarty, not to interrupt you, but could you also drop the link for this website? I missed it last time, and I really don't want to miss it this time again.
The link to this?
Yes. Is that an option?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to show you where you can subscribe to everything in a second.
Okay.
But it's always the same. Every meeting with me is always zoomwithsmarty.com/go. But what I'll do, guys, I'll put a note in the community center. I just have to find it, but I did put all my spreadsheets as Google Docs. So you can get all my deal comparison spreadsheets if you want to use them yourself and make them your own. So the one I just showed you for my seller, it's up on a Google Doc, and I have like 4 or 5 versions of them. So some are like three deal comparisons, some are 2. So you can access those. But I just wanted to show everybody, Alexis, if you go into the community center and you go into join a group, right here is the events. And if you open up the events, there is a add to calendar feature right here. Does everybody see that? So
Okay.
you can subscribe. There's on Mondays is the 3 to 4 is the newbie section, 4 to 6 is the general, marketing Wednesdays, and then the mastermind on Fridays. So if you go in here, they're recurring. You could just pick your calendar and then say add to calendar. That recurring will come in with the Zoom links, and then it's an ongoing meeting in your calendar.
And I can find that same spreadsheet from going to this.
Yeah, and then what I'll do is I'll put the spreadsheet in. I'll put a post here tonight. I'll locate it, Alexis. It's somewhere in the training course. I remember uploading them. I just had to remember where I put them.
Just put a link to your drive in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a link so you guys can get it right here in the sheet. So after the sessions today, I'll do a post here and put it in there.
Okay, maybe a silly question too, but I know you're connected to the Lead Connect, aren't you, on here for the community? Because I'm pretty new, so I didn't know.
Yeah, do you have one more question, Alexis?
Yeah, I just said this is also connected to the Lead Connector, the CRM, correct?
Yeah, the Lead Connector is what you use to connect to the CRM.
And
so if you're like using Zapier, if you're doing Zapier to link 2 systems together, or listing the leads, or you're using the API key for like My Plus leads, you're using Lead Connector, the Go High Level API.
Okay, that answered my question. This is where I find your community at on here then.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Sounds good. Ray? You're on mute, Ray.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
I've been getting some messages that are saying like my Facebook account's going to be canceled, but it seems like it's more of a spammy email and not a real email or messenger.
Yeah, ignore those guys. You get these spams coming and saying you violated our policies. That's a known spammer.
That's what I figured on that one. On your February 5th video replay for Wednesday, I know you said definitely go in and check that one out, but when I'm trying to watch, I finally found where it was located, but it says the video has been removed for violating.
Yeah. So let me explain real quick for everybody. So what happened is these masterminds are getting so large, they're over 1 gig in size when Zoom records them. So I'm putting them on YouTube because it's a better storage platform for these kind of videos. So my process is after the masterclass, I load it onto YouTube onto my channel, and then I put it in the community so you can watch it in the course. What happened on the 5th was YouTube, I put it on the 5th, and on the 6th or 7th, YouTube banned the video and they blocked it only because it was my bad. I forgot all about their policy, but during that 2 hours, I went over to the contact screen and I was showing somebody how to do a smart list. So it was showing names and phone numbers and emails from contacts. And their AI bot saw that and said, that we're blocking this video. So and my other process is after I load it to YouTube, I delete it from my computer because my computer can't handle all these master classes 3 times a week, disk spies. So YouTube has it. I'm trying to get it downloaded, and if I could download it, I'll have to put a mask on that screen and then re-upload it. So it may take me a little while, but in the meantime, Ray, everything we covered in that session are now training courses in the training library. So if you go in the training library, I have a dedicated training on what we covered on the 5th of February.
Yeah. I'll go back in and take a look at that. My challenge is with iList having the links from my KV Core versus the ones here, because I'm still trying to communicate with some of the people in KV Core with iList. At least unless I need to bring those people over to your system.
Yeah, you should think about bringing them all over now that you're up and running in here.
Okay.
So that's what I did for KV Core. I ended up turning off my iList stuff on KV Core. I exported all my sellers and brought them over.
Okay, so that'll be the next step. I'll check out the Learning Center in there for the videos from there. And you did mention before you were going to have these meetings summarize by ChatGPT. Is that still happening or not really?
I'm doing
Based
them
on
on
the time?
YouTube right now, so I'm trying to just make it so it's on a YouTube channel. I'm trying to get a virtual assistant because I don't have time to do the summary stuff. So if I can get train up a VA, I'm bringing on like 4 more staff over in Ghana. So as I train those guys up, one of the guys I'm going to train is going to be like managing all these posts, and I'm going to train them how to do a video, like a summary using
Okay.
Merlin or something.
And what's happening on today's call?
In the meantime, some
Go
helpful
ahead.
information on that topic. If you, in the meantime, you can use Merlin for free. Once he uploads them, Merlin will summarize it for you on his
Yeah,
his YouTube
Merlin,
video.
because it's on YouTube, if you guys have a Merlin account, if you're an AI certified agent, everybody should have Merlin by now. Ray, you could just say Merlin summarizes for me and it'll summarize it for you, not for the group, but just for you.
Okay.
So Merlin's a good solution for that.
But I need to be present on the call.
No. With Merlin, it'll summarize any video on YouTube. So
gotcha.
all my replays now are up on YouTube. So you go into Merlin, just ask it to summarize the whatever video you're watching.
Gotcha. What's happening on today's call?
Just general Q&A today, but I have a couple things I want to go over with you guys, some exciting things. So I'm going to do just a quick import for everybody because a couple of you are like, how do I import? You're having trouble importing. So I have a CSV I'm going to quickly import for somebody, and we'll get that knocked out. And then I have a new shopping by price range page for everybody. And it's already in your account. I'm going to show you mine, and I'm going to show you the cheat sheet of how to duplicate what I just did over the weekend. So now I have all the price points for my shopping experience, whether you use an IDX broker or Buying Buddy. So it's just a better way for your shoppers to shop on your website. And then we'll just do general Q&A as well. But they're the 2 topics I wanted to go over. Steve, the other one I thought I would do in this session, Steve, I'm sure your hand's raised for instantly, right?
No, but I have a question about that. But I want to go back to trigger links real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead on trigger links. What do you have?
Trigger links. So I fixed my trigger links a week and a half ago whenever you said the emails are broken. But I heard you say earlier that what's the difference between ProEdge, home value, and cash offer and iLinks? I didn't use iLinks trigger link. I used the other one, ProEdge.
Oh no, it's just a naming convention. So whether you're on my platform or Joe's, so when you're in the market,
I'm on yours.
in the trigger links, it doesn't matter. There's just one set of fields. So when you're in here, just type in iList here. And
iList. I'm sorry.
Yeah, these are the trigger links you're going to put in those emails.
But I use the other one, ProEdge. I didn't even think about using iList. So do I need to go back now and change them to iList?
Well, no, there is no cash offer links, Steve. It's only iList are the only 2 that you have in your account.
That explains why.
There is a ProEdge cash offer values. This is
Now that explains why over the weekend you and I talked and you said they weren't working.
Yeah.
That's because I was using. I thought I did it right, but I used the wrong trigger.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
They should be the same. They should be the same and still work, but make sure everybody should just use iList because we're all working with iList, even though one's branded on mine and his, but it's still iList that we're opening up the screen. So use those trigger links for values and offers.
Okay, and I do have a question about instantly, but we can do that.
I'm going to go through instantly with everybody here, so you can just follow my link, and I'll answer your question as we go through it.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go through a warm real quick with everybody. James?
Yes, I was going through the expired emails, and we had highlighted and linked the cash offers in like the bulleted list to the iList cash offers trigger link. What about like I saw there's like cash offers and then a list with a twist, but we weren't linked to that. Do I use that same exact?
No. Every trigger link is in here. So if you do a list, list with a twist shouldn't be one of our ones though. Did they have that in there?
No, I searched for it. I can't find it in there.
Oh, you know what you want to do for that one? I think we all decided. I was talking to Bob, but I didn't make a separate trigger link for it. For those kind of ones, send them to the selling options page on your website. So I have sell my home, and this has list with a twist and everything on it. So you just want to send them to your selling options page, right?
Oh, okay.
So that way, if they want to learn about list with a twist, but maybe they want to look at sell and stay, all your options for them are on one page.
That makes sense. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. What do you want me to go into? I was going to do a quick email warming for everybody. I know that's a hot topic for everybody. Everybody was struggling. So if you want to follow along, and I have a short video I'm going to put in the Zoom chat so you can watch what I'm about to do slowly tonight after everybody's done as well. We'll go through a quick warming, and then I'll go back around and do a question and answer with some more people. So Chris, if you hold on. So to warm an email, you come into your CRM, you go to settings, and you go to email services right here. When the email service comes up, there's a button here that says dedicated domain. I click on that. And in my system, I have 3 different domains I'm using for different email purposes. So all my FSBO marketing is going from FSBOEasyKit.com. And then I have the 2 Smarty the Realtor emails. So this is an info dot and this is a mail dot. So what you do is you come over here and you hit the 3 dots next to the one you want to work with to warm, and you hit the SMTP settings. When this opens up, this is one that I have in here, Smarty at info.smartytherealtor.com. If I want to create a new email, I just hit this blue button and I give it a name. So I'm going to call this Jim. So Jim is, I think Jim, you're still on, Jim.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make an email for Jim. Every email in here has to have a password, just words of wisdom. I use the same password for every email in my system in Go High Level. So that way I don't not forget a password, like what's Jim's password with Michelle's versus Smarty. So I have my same password because you're going to need this password when you're up on Instantly setting it up. So whatever password you put in here, make sure you just remember it because they're going to ask you for that password down the road. If you ever forget it, there's a forget password, you can reset it. So that's step 1, is setting up your user in the CRM to do the warming. Step 2 is you're going to go into Instantly. Let me move this over here. So on Instantly, to set up an email, there's a blue button here called Add New. So I hit Add New. On the right-hand side, I'm going to select IMAP and SMTP at the bottom. And I'm going to say single account. Okay. This email is the email you're warming in the CRM. So I'm going to copy Jim at info.smartytherealtor.com. And I'm going to put Jim right there. That's the email I want instantly to warm. Then I hit next. Now, this is where a lot of you guys get screwed up. It automatically puts that up in there. You get rid of that. So what you need to do in order to use Instantly and have it warmed is you're connecting your CRM email to your Gmail or Outlook inbox. Okay. So I have a G Suite account that's owned by Smarty at ProEdge realtygroup.com. That's the owner of my G Suite account. Now, this password is a secret password that Google gives you. So below the video in my training, you'll see a link that you can go get your own secret password. When you set up your password, you better switch the Google user to the Google user that owns the account, not another user on Gmail. So I toggled over to Smarty at ProEdgeRealtyGroup.com and said, generate a secret key. Okay, so Google's going to give me this ugly key. Now, the key there though is Google only shows it to you once in your lifetime. So if you don't copy it and put it in a safe place, if you need to do 2 more emails to warm, because you could use the same secret key for all your emails, you're out of luck. So I use 1Password and I put it in 1Password, the secret key for Google, so I can always go back and get it no matter how many emails I'm warming. Make sense? So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to get my secret key. So I come in and grab my secret key. And then I'll share. And I'm going to paste the secret key right there. And I'm good to go. Now, the last thing is I have to put the IMAP host. Now, as AI certified agents, there's no excuse for you if you don't know what that is. All you have to do is say, what's the IMAP host and port for Google? If I'm using Google. And ChatGPT said, here it is right here. The host name is imap@gmail.com. Okay, so I come back to instantly and I paste that in there. 993 was the port, and I say next. And at the very top, you just saw a successfully connected. So it made a connection for me. So that part's good. Now, this one here has to be the email that you're warming. So I come over to Jim and I go back to instantly. In this field, I'm telling it warm Jim at info.smartertherealtor.com. And then this is the password that you set up inside of Go High Level. So again, I always have the same password so I know what they are. I just type it. And then if I go back to the CRM to know what the SMTP host is and the port, if I come back to the CRM, look at this section on the far right. Far right there, it says here's the SMTP server is Mailgun. So I'm just going to highlight that. The port, I could use any of these ports. So if I come over here, I paste that right here. I'm going to use that same port and I say submit. It turns green. It's connected. So now the last thing I have to do is it's right here at the top here, Jim at info. Look at the little fireball is not green. So to start warming it, I just have to click the fireball and now Jim's email is going to start warming up. So I just loaded a whole bunch of emails today right before the group. I shot a video for everybody, so I'll put it in the Zoom chat. But just showing you what I did. Look how easy it is. I just loaded up. I got Michelle, Jim. I got Tom, Smarty. I got emails for my whole team in Philadelphia. All those emails are being warmed up for 2025, so we can swap out emails as we need to as people are sending them out. It's going to guarantee that Jim's emails are getting to an inbox of a seller when he sends an offer to him. It's not going to land in the junk folder.
Marty, are these progressive, like 1 today, 2 tomorrow?
No. So well, in the warming process, it's going to warm all these asynchronously. So they're all going to get warmed ongoing. So I have it set to send 30 emails a day for each email. So that's all over here. When you hit the 3 dots, or not over here, I think it's in the settings up here. There's somewhere in the settings where you say how many emails, but it defaults to 30. I just use it as 30 emails a day. So if you're not familiar with the warming process, you have a sender and a receiver of emails. Your CRM is going to send out an email and it's going to land in an inbox of a receiver. That receiver is your Gmail inbox. And what happens is the warming software pretends that they actually open the email, they respond to the email, they click on a button and action in the email, they start engaging on the emails that are coming back and forth. Okay. And that's what makes it warm, because the people like Google and AOL and Outlook and all these other email providers, they're looking at your reputation of an email sender and say, is Jim Fleming have a good reputation sending good emails to people, not spamming them? All right, we're going to put his email in the inbox. If they don't like it, they'll put it in the spam folder or the promotions folder or social folder or whatever. So email
Okay, Smarty,
is critical.
Smarty, I think that's where. Okay, you just went through Gmail to do all that for your email, right? My domain is on Outlook. is that a different process? Because I just can't get mine to work. It doesn't work.
Yeah, you can use Outlook. Is Jonathan, are you on?
Yeah, I am. Hold on a second.
Is that the problem I'm having? Is that why I can't get it to?
So I'll look at there's going to be a different. Are you using I'm sorry. Are you using the
Office
actual paid
365?
for Outlook, or are you using the free version Outlook now?
No, I pay for Office 365.
Okay, but do you have the email services through Office 365?
Yeah, well, it's through GoDaddy, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So on your but
So
it's
this
Office
price,
360. When you log in, you're logging in through Microsoft's website, right?
yeah. Well, yeah. I leave it on, but yes, I did.
With Office 365.
Right.
365. Okay, so there's going to probably be like a similar process for that platform where you have to get a unique password. I don't. It's referred to as an application password or something, but I don't know that process because I don't use
Yeah.
Office
So
365.
No,
Steve,
no,
you know
I'll
what,
look it up, but
Steve,
I was just driving me
that's your
crazy
issue,
as to why.
Steve. Yeah,
Huh?
Steve, your issue is I didn't realize you were on Outlook. That link
Yeah.
I gave you is only to get a secret key if you're using Google.
I was going crazy because I
Yeah.
thought there's
If you're
no
using
way this doesn't
Google, that's
work.
how you
So
get
yeah.
Google's secret
Right.
key. So what you
Okay.
have to do is you have to Google how do I get an Office 365 secret key for integrations and find out where
Right.
they sent you to get that key. So then you can put that key into instantly when you're connected.
I thought I was going crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll
Perfect.
do it.
Right.
So any other questions on the warming, guys? I'll
Yeah,
put it
just
in the chat, the recorded one I just did. So if you want to watch what I did instead of the replay, um,
so
Yeah,
yeah,
if you
I
don't
want
mind, let
to
me
find
ask you
something.
something real quick, just so I understand. So I've got at eastcoastagent.com, right? That's my business. It's Tammy at. So when we're doing these other ones, the other warming ones, we're just going to put info dot and then the rest of the email, right? We're not creating new business accounts.
no. You're not creating new business accounts and you're not buying
Okay.
additional emails. Like mail.smarty the realtor is on Smarty the Realtor. It's called a subdomain.
Okay.
So I could have mail one, mail two. I could have banana, apple, cherry, peach dot smartytherealtor.com. It doesn't matter what's in front of the Smarty the Realtor. That's the subdomain.
Okay.
But okay, so the one thing I will say is I'm sure you can Google and find the same direction, but you can't use more than user one, user two, user three on one domain. You can't have user four, five, and six, and seven, and eight because it's going to burn that domain.
So, but you could, but then you would have, if you go 1, 2, 3 with the dot, blah, blah, blah. But then after that, you could do info dot. Right.
I wouldn't do user one, user two, user three. I mean, do something like customer service, customer care, customer, or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
You want to make it look official, but
Okay.
ultimately, I mean, you can't go beyond 3 users on one domain. I mean, you can, but you don't want
You
to.
can, but you don't want to. Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't really matter. But so you, Smarty, you have a whole lot, but it's because I don't know because you've bought different domains.
I bought different domains.
Okay, but for
Yeah,
us,
like my
it's a no.
FISBOs, when I send an email to a for sale by owner, I don't want to have a Smarty at smartytherealtor.com going to a FISBO's house, right? Because they don't like
Right.
realtors. So I bought the FISBOEasyKit.com as a domain that I use for sending to FISBOs.
Okay, so don't have any more than 3 on your business account, and that's not including the original Tammy at eastcoastagent.com.
Yeah, but what everybody should do though is as you look down
No,
at the
that
bottom
that would be
here.
including. Okay, so if you have a domain and it's at mail.something.com, because that's what your mailgun domain should be at, or something, some variation of that, you can have 3 domains associated to that subdomain, or three users associated to that subdomain, which is mail. When I say subdomain, it means portion before the main domain.
This here,
Okay.
Tammy, look, for everybody's thing. I could have 3 on this one, 3 on this one, 3 on this one.
But and then if
And
you have a
then over
Tammy
here,
at
I could say add a domain and call this apple.smartytherealtor.com. And now I have another domain. And I
But
can
are
have
you
3
paying
on
for
this.
that?
No, you don't pay for it.
Oh.
You don't pay
yeah,
for
but
it.
I wouldn't have multiple subdomains on one domain.
Okay.
Because you don't want to exceed 3 users on one domain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I would suggest doing is similar to what Smarty did, is have a mail at mail.tammytherealtor.com. Not saying that that has to be your domain, it could be whatever, but the and then you would have customer care, listings, and promotions or something like that. But you probably don't want to use the word promotions.
Right. Yeah.
But as users, and then basically those would be your 3, and then you would have to buy another domain for that another
Or
set.
another 3. Okay. So
Yeah.
is this what the leads, sorry guys, is this the domain that the leads are gonna see? Is like mail.smartytherealtor.com?
Yeah, let me show you. So this one, and then there's a checkbox. You're telling Go High Level with the checkbox here which one you want to use. So I have this mailed one. So if I come over here and I go into contacts, and let me look at Smarty. So I'm going to send myself a quick email. We'll do the seller theme. Send email.
Are you setting the FSBOs not to use the default?
Oh, so you can manually select what email you use when you send them out to people. So I don't have the FSBOs default. Yeah, no, like what you were saying, I don't use FSBOs as default. My regular marketing is to all the other sellers. But let me show you real quick. So in the system here, guys, when you set up your email, you also set up what's called the forwarding email or the reply email, right? So going out of the CRM, it's going from, if I look at the 2, it came from smarty at info.smartytherealtor.com. But it says from smarty at smartytherealtor.com. The mail is by this, but I'm replying to this. So if I go back and say, hey, Smarty, I'm really interested in this offer, it's going to land back in my inbox. It's sending it to Smarty at smartytherealtor.com. So that's what they see, Tammy.
All right.
They'll see your name, Tammy. And then if they look at it more detailed, they'll see, oh, this came from Tammy at not her main email. This came from her info at main email. If they interrogate, where the email came from.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay, Chris?
So if you switch emails, do you have to go back into CRM and set it up again?
No. Like I have them all set up in the CRM, Brian, so I could just toggle them at any time. If I want to now, I don't want to use mail, I want to use info. I just go to settings, email, and then toggle the info one on, and it'll start using that one. But I have them all being warmed on instantly, so I could easily just toggle them.
Smarty, can't you also control it at the automation level? So if it is a FSBO automation, you can tell it to use the different.
Yeah, so you can get very sophisticated in here, guys. Like if I go to Jonathan, do you have yours set up? Jonathan? Maybe he stepped away. You can get very specific in your email setup. You could say, like if I go over here, well, I'll just show you mine. So if I come in here to settings, email, restart. So in the email services, up in here, analytics. Let me get Jonathan because he set his up. I didn't do this on mine. He has somewhere in here. Was it on here? He was able to set up on his setup. I don't think it's here. Well, I'll get Jonathan back on, but you're able to, in Go High Level, say the default for regular emails is X, the default for workflow emails is Y. So you can get very specific. And then you could also do percentages. So inside of Go High Level, you can say for all my workflow emails going out, I want 50% of them to go on this email and 50% of them to go on this email. So you get very, very sophisticated in your email strategy inside of Go High Level, or what goes out with what.
Marty, if I lost that initial passcode that I need to get onto instantly, is there a way to get it back? You said you have to save it, but
yeah, Dana, you can't get it back. So what you do is just create a new one.
Got it.
So you can create another pass key, secret key on Google, and just save that away.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the same thing, Dana. When I first started, I lost the email, my secret key. I'm like, I should have wrote that down. So
I didn't see how you got the key back there when you just went through it.
Oh, the key is inside the video. So when you're in the video, I have a key. If you open up that dub video I just sent you, at the very bottom here. No, it's not that one. The one I just did. I put the link there to how to get the key.
Okay.
So you just get
Is it in our it's in our training portal?
Yeah, it's in the training portal. So in the training portal, you just go to the training portal, and in that area. So if I come up into here, course, and down towards the bottom, I have general stuff, and this is where the warming to emails are. So here's the link. That's the get a passcode link. So you literally just come into Google.
And you'll be dropping this video or the one you did in the last
Just go
session?
up here. So this is the important part, guys. So when you click on that link, it's going to log in to get you the secret passcode. It's asking who to log in on. So I don't want to default to Gmail. I want to go to my one that owns the Google account, which is Smarty the Realtor. And then I just come in and I have to verify with a finger. There we go. And then it comes up. See, I have all these that I created, Dana. You give it an app name. So, my secret key. And then at the very bottom, you hit create. And then a pop-up comes up with the secret key. You want to copy that and tuck it away somewhere that you'll always remember it.
Thank you.
I use that secret key for all my emails. Okay, Chris?
Yeah, thanks, Marty. Well, real quickly, that thing you were looking for the workflow, domain, it's under domain configuration, under SMTP service.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's where it is. I haven't done it, but that's where it is.
Yeah. I knew I saw it with Jonathan. I'm like, where was that again? So
yeah.
Here. No, it's not that. We'll figure it out. I'll get Jonathan back on.
Yeah, I think
I
you
know I
need
saw the screen, so it's like a cool screen where you put in
you
percentage.
know, it's easy. The email services, if you go under email services, and then you go over to that dedicated domain and IP on the right, and see domain
Oh, there it
configuration.
is, right there. It was that. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I actually did it. I was playing around with Jonathan. I forgot I did this. So, so when I was showing you my actual Gmail email, and I was wondering to myself behind my head, I was thinking, I'm like, mail's my default one. Why is it showing info? Because in the setup here, I said 50% of the workflow emails and bulk emails are split between info and mail.
And did you do that for a reason?
Just from like Jonathan and I talked about it. We said, just so we don't have, from a reputation perspective, if you send too many emails out of the same email, they may frown on you. So we're just divvying up the workload, and right.
Does that mean we're going to be getting like 30 emails in our Gmail account while it's warming up like every day?
Oh yeah, you get those emails, Tammy, but I do an email rule, so they go into a separate folder, so I don't have to see them in my inbox.
Okay, so we just go in and delete them. We don't need to open them up or anything.
Can you show us how to set that rule up?
What's that?
Hey, now one thing.
Can you
one
show
thing
us how to
for you
set
on
that
this,
rule up?
Philly.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I ask my
Yeah, wait.
question?
Chris still has a question, guys.
That was just to be helpful. That wasn't my question.
Yeah.
My question goes back to, I think, what James was talking about, because I was working on my trigger links this weekend. And could you, Smarty, go into my account and find an email? I could have sworn I saw one that the body of the email lists, the seller options, list with a twist, cash offer plus. And they seem to be clickable links in the email, but I couldn't edit the links. You know what I'm talking about?
So if we were just talking about like with James, there is there's a trigger link for options. It's called seller options. So if I copy this trigger link right here, if I come into an email template that has that, it has that email or that button that says, hey, check out my list with a twist, or some, my sell and stay or whatever. We're driving the traffic to that trigger link.
Okay, this wasn't a button. I know that the trigger links go with buttons.
Yep.
And I know how to fix those in the emails. This was within the body of the email.
Oh, I know what you're saying, Chris. Let me show. I think I know exactly what you're saying. So if I come into the themes, right, we have the seller themes.
Yeah.
So if I look at the April seller theme, what we did for these, just because they're a monthly report, we made like we made this a link, and up here, when you hit the link, what I said when I did the video, Chris, you don't have to worry about all these. You just have to do the buyer ones, not the seller ones. Because the buyer ones, when Bob and I designed these, we just put the custom value for the valuation in the link. So these all on the box. But if you go to the buyer ones, like if I go to the buyers here, let me save. If I go to themes and open a buyer like February, these have buttons. So these,
I know I did all these.
These are the ones
all
that you
these,
want to do.
and my seller ones work. I'll send you a private. I'll send you if I find what I'm trying to ask. I won't waste time here. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send me a note if you see something anomaly or need some help on it. But like seller themes, you don't have to. There's no buttons in the seller themes. They're just links, and they go to the right place. So they were fine for the campaign. The buyer ones have buttons in them. So I know most of them are either going to. Most of the buyer ones are either going to go to a just listed or just reduced page on your website.
Right. And are there going to be? Aren't there only like 2 seller theme ones right now? Are there going to be more?
No, the seller themes and the buyer themes are a full set for the year. So there's 12 sellers and 12 buyers, one for each. And what everybody should do is if I come back, make sure like you go into your campaigns here. And remember, I told everybody I'm a organizing freak. My personality's coming out. So I always talk about organization in your CRM because garbage in is garbage out. So I always recommend you have folders for all your stuff. So like on my campaigns, I have my home marketing. So I send out different in marketing. I'll send out about a property or like an open house. I'll put them in there. My blogs, my newsletters, and then here's my two themes: one for sellers and buyers. And I'm in Chris's. I'm like, where's mine? So
Well,
Chris,
see, there's only two. See,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
you
There's
didn't
only
do
two.
you just didn't do them all. You have to set them up.
Oh, okay. All right.
You have to set them up. So
Oh, okay.
look at Smarter the Realtor. I got every month covered.
Okay. Can you open your March? Can I see what your March looks like?
Yep. Spring is here. We're exciting opportunities in
Okay.
real estate. As a certified agent,
Okay.
we can help you uncover your homes.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, they're
right.
all in there. They're all in there in the email templates. If you type in the word theme, you'll see. Oh, I'm in the theme. There's a folder for I do theme here. Yeah, there they are. So you'll see buyers and then you'll see sellers. There's one for each month.
Oh, I just didn't go right into the sellers. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. You want to get all your buyers out there. These are like Bob and I are having a lot of success with these. Like we're getting a lot of traffic on our website with these emails. The Valentine's Day was a hit. Tim?
Yeah, I just need to clarify. Would you go back to your email services for me? And then click click there. So when it comes to warming, I want to make sure I understand this properly. So we got mail.smartytherealtor.com. And now I have, like my version would be, like I have a Gmail account at tim@formacproperties.com. And that's what I'm warming. Am I warming the wrong thing?
No, let's take a look at your system. So when you come into here, you hit the three dots and you hit SMTP.
All right.
This is what you're warming right there.
So if my emails are coming from Tim, I'm not really warming
Well,
anything.
what you do is you come in here and do a Tim at, and then you
Okay.
do a password.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So that's why like all mine are Smarty at, Michelle at, Jim at.
Right. So what I'm going to be warming is tim@email1 dot.
Yes, correct.
Makes more sense.
Okay. You want to warm these, but also keep in mind you even though you send from Tim at whatever, you're not sending it from this email. But what happens is the header of the email is what the email servers look at when they're being received.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that when Smarty was showing us that email he received. Can you show that email still, Smarty, that you received?
Yeah, I think I should still have it. So if you look at this, it came from Smarty at info@smartytherealtor.com.
So what's being warmed?
Smarty at this is being warmed.
Oh, okay. But what they see, if they don't open that up, all they see is Smarty the Realtor.
Correct.
Cool.
Actually, this doesn't really depict what is received. So this only shows some of it. It doesn't show it all. But what I'm trying to explain is that the email server sees it being received by the mailgun address. It's not being received by the Smarty at smartytherealtor.com. It's being received by a different address. So even though it's masked and showing as Smarty at smartytherealtor.com, as the primary from email.
But we're not plugging in Mailgun to be warmed. We're plugging in our email address, which is what, using Mailgun?
Yeah, so in Mailgun, you want to warm Smarty at info@smartoftherealtor.com.
But isn't Mailgun inside Go High Level already?
Yeah, the Mailgun is just the mail delivery engine. So Mailgun's a mail.
I don't care about any of that. All I care about is putting in tim@email1 dot.
Yeah, that's all you care about.
All the other stuff's happening behind the scenes.
Correct.
Great. Thank you.
And then what I did on Instantly is I also warmed up Smarty at Smarty the Realtor. That has nothing to do with my CRM. That's just my Gmail inbox. So when I send an offer to the title company, or I talk to my lender, or I send anybody an email from my Gmail inbox, I want to make sure it goes to an inbox on the other side.
So that's where you would add when you go back to Instantly. That's why you've got Smarty at Smarty the Realtor, and then you also got your info at email
correct.
or whatever.
Correct.
That makes a lot more sense. Thank you.
Yeah, so all my emails are being warmed. My CRM emails is plus my Gmail emails are being warmed.
But
that's the worst thing. Like last year when I didn't have them warmed, I'd send an offer for my buyer to the listing agent, and then I didn't hear anything, and I'd call the listing agent like 8 p.m. saying, "I didn't hear from you. Where's did you get my offer?" She goes, "No, I didn't get any offer." And she's like, "I'm out to dinner. I'll come back." And she came back. She goes, "Smarty, I found your offer in the junk folder." I'm like, "Shit, I gotta warm these emails."
So are you getting, so I got my Tammy at eastcoastagent.com through GoDaddy, right? So that's where
you buy the domain somewhere else, Tammy. So I bought, Smarter the Realtor on GoDaddy, but
okay,
I
so I got it on GoDaddy.
I set it up as an email on Google. I don't use GoDaddy's email system. I don't want to have a GoDaddy email. They'll try to sell you an email, guys. So GoDaddy, when you buy a domain, they'll say, "Do you want to set up the email?" I always say no, because I want to use Gmail.
Wait, so is that, I think it's the same thing that the other guy was talking about. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but so I have Office 365, the free version from GoDaddy, because they said I had to have that. So that just included Outlook.
You don't have to have it. They're just trying to sell you.
So I don't have to use Outlook.
Nope.
For that. All right. I guess I don't know how to set that email address up on my Google account.
That's something you just have to Google. Like you just do a Google search or a YouTube, Tammy. There's lots of videos of how to set up a Gmail account with your domain.
Okay. I guess that would be a business account then.
Yeah, that's just a business account.
Okay.
All right, guys. Any general questions, and if not, I want to go into the price by page.
I have a question.
Or shop by price strategy, and I'll show what's in your account. I gave you an Easter egg about 3:00 this morning in your account, so you all have what I'm going to show you, so you can set it up. So before I do that, Sandy, do you have a question?
Yeah, remember I told you earlier that I got an email saying that I'm having a problem. Hold on.
Oh, with the indexing.
Yeah, with the index. You told me to ask.
Yeah, Jonathan, I was going to ask you, maybe we do it on Friday. A lot of guys, now that we keep adding page after page now on our website, like Tom's got 75 pages, Jonathan. We got to show everybody how to do go into Google and index all those pages. So she started getting emails from Google saying this page isn't indexed properly and da-da-da. So
this one says the reason why was Search Console identified some pages on your site are not being indexed due to the following reason.
Yeah.
This one was page with redirect.
Yeah.
That was one. And then there's another one I got that says.
Yeah. So do you want to do that on Friday, Jonathan, if we carve out a little time on Friday's mastermind? Show
The
everybody
other one
how
says alternate
to get
page
all
with
their
proper canonical
page
tag.
indexes and stuff on Google.
Does I don't even know if the website in Go High Level creates a sitemap.
But we can go into Google and you put your domain in there and it searches all your pages and it creates an index for each of the pages.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can add it to Search Console, but you still really should add a sitemap. Like,
Yeah. But I want to get everybody to make sure their search console on Google set up properly once we have the pages. And then we
And
can
this one says the alternate page with proper conical tag was a problem. So, yeah, because I thought we did the conical tag. All we did was copy that email right above that was already in there and just put it in, which is what I've been doing on all my blog pages.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing something wrong, I need to know.
So we'll have a session on Friday to go over all that stuff, Sandy, because everybody's going
Okay.
to have the same problem. We'll do a clinic on that.
I need to see some of the issues that they're having.
Yeah.
I can send it to you.
Yeah, if you see that email, Sandy, send it over to Jonathan. So
Jonathan, what's your
look at
email?
it too, and then we'll find
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, thanks.
Rob.
Yeah, question I have is, we've been SEOing for Google. Is that the same for these ChatGPT searches? Like indexing for those for AI searches?
So if you did the AI certified course,
Yeah,
as
I'm
an
still doing
agent, Nick, as part of the courses, some people are chattering in the industry that SEO is dead. Now you got to do AIEO or whatever. There's like a new term,
Absolutely.
right? So there's stuff that as AI certified agents, we're going to be doing more and more. We're teaching our AI about us and teaching it more and more so that when people are searching, AI knows about us. It can reach out and show me my stuff in front of somebody else's. So it's about teaching AI on the search language. It's just a whole different methodology of being found on the internet. So there's another whole disciple of people in the world said SEO is not dead, but in addition to SEO, we also have AI. So it's still important to be SEO friendly, Rob, because Google still shows
Yeah,
the results
absolutely.
of
Yeah,
Google.
everybody uses Google still, but it's moving to
It's moving
is
towards
AIEO. Is that what it is?
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys notice when you go do a Google search now, the top of the page is AI telling you what the answer is before it shows you the links. So the AI is on the top of the Google search, and then it'll show you the standard links on the Google page.
Well, I've pretty much fired Google. I'm using ChatGPT for all my searches. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, I love
Are
ChatGPT.
you doing that too?
Oh yeah, I do it for all my every question. I go to ChatGPT now. It's awesome. James.
Yeah. My plus leads, I've got the FISBOs going in there. Which campaign is it going into? Because I see there's a folder for FISBO drips and then a separate folder for Home Offers EZ FISBO.
So if you're a Home Offers EZ and you have the shopping cart, because we have the storefront for the FISBOs, it's all around Home Offers EZ. You want to put them on that campaign because that's going to drive them up to your shopping cart to buy photography and get Home Offers EZ and get their house on there on the MLS. If you're not
Okay,
using
yeah,
Home Offers EZ, then I have a vanilla one, which is just a standard FISBO drip that talks about selling their home and teaching them.
Okay, awesome. I haven't set up the site. I've got the domain, just need to set up. So once I get that set up, then I switch them over to this other
Get
drip.
to the other one. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and I do have a training in the video to set up the storefront. So once you do that, and in the training video, guys, in the course, I gave you my Canva templates. So I made like part numbers. I did like images for every part on the storefront, and you could use mine or create your own. It's pretty easy to set up the storefront. All right, guys, do you want to give me just a 2-minute break, and then I want to come back and do the price by page strategy. So go into your account. Everybody go to your account and go to sites and your website. I want to show you something. All right, is everybody there on sites? So what I'm going to show you now, guys, is as many of you know, a majority of us moved over to Buying Buddy. So we used to have IDX Broker. So over the weekend, I started going through page by page, and I'm stripping out all the IDX Broker stuff and replacing with Buying Buddy searches and stuff, or houses and stuff. So inside of your just listed and just reduced page, Sandy, you should know these because you're working on this weekend. There's a section on the page that has price points. You know, under 200,000, 200, 300,000, 300, 400,000, right? Different price points. So that was a feature of IDX Broker that Buying Buddy does have something similar, but I don't know if Tom's on, but Tom gave me some inspiration. Tom and Donna, his wife, started building shopping by price pages on the website.
Oh, it was a separate page as
As
opposed
a
to all.
separate page instead of just going to a list of homes in that price
Okay.
point.
So I can delete that box then, right? I mean, it came with the base, you know, when I copied it, it was there. So should I just delete it then because it's not going to work?
No, well, no. What I did for you was I automatically put it on your site, Sandy. So don't delete it. So I just
No,
put
the
it-
one that I tried to put links on because it was from IDX Broker. That's the one I have on my page, and I went ahead and linked all of the different price ranges. And they don't work. So should I just delete that box?
Yeah. So we're gonna delete that and start over. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll show that. So inside your if I let me go into like I don't know I'll go into Team Hague. Where's Campbell? I'll go into your account. So
cool, I'm here, brother.
If you go into your account, you're going to see. I'm going to clean you up as well because I think did you already do all your pages? Yeah, I'm going to clean you out, Campbell, because you don't need all these extra pages now. We'll clean up your sites so it looks really nice with just what you need. But everybody should see a ProEdge price range page. You guys see that? So you want to open that up. So open up that site and you'll see one page, which is under $200,000. You're going to hit the three dots.
I don't have that page.
No, because I already put it on your site, Sandy.
Well, I don't have the page either, but
I'm looking at my
your
website
page.
and I don't see the web page in here
No,
at
don't
all.
worry. I'm going to look at you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Hang on. So
That's the one, Smarty. Teammate gets it solved.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I'm putting that page on the website. Okay. Once you put it on the website, you could delete this page. You don't need it anymore. What I'm going to do, ultimately, like Campbell, we'll get rid of all these. You don't need all these because you already have them on your website. So you just clean all this stuff out. So what we do is now, so if I go over to Sandy, just to show Sandy on the website, you have it right here, Sandy. So
just listed it.
yeah, okay. I just put that. I did it for you just as a courtesy when we were going, this morning.
I didn't see it. Hold on. Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
If I go over to me and I'm going to show.
Is that different than my other just listed page that was here?
It's not just listed. Just listed is all the homes just listed. This is different. This is a price point page. So follow what I'm showing.
Okay.
I also have a training video that's going to take you through step by step of what I'm doing here. So you can either watch the training video, but I'm going to do it live for you here too as well. So if you go into Smarty the Realtor, into my page, and I come all the way to the bottom, over the weekend, I built a page for every price point that a shopper is going to look at. So I have under 200,000, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to $1 million, $1 million to 1.5, and then over 1.5 million. So
Smarty, quick question here on this. Based off what you and Bob were talking about earlier, I thought we wanted to give people bigger, broader searches to make them raise their hand to ask for customization. then set them up the search from there that's tailored to them. So
That's what
why
this,
these
that's
pages?
what this is, Campbell. So you do a general search. Now they come to your page to shop, and there's going to be a section say, "Do you want to shop by price range?" Well, my budget's only 400,000, so they click on 400,000. We're going to take them to a $400,000 page. Make sense,
But
Campbell?
we have to build these. We have to build this in the back end. So when they click on that, they're
Okay.
going to go to those.
So instead of hyperlinking
Here's-
the link itself, it goes to another
So,
page.
so let me go through my overview first, guys, and then you can ask questions. So hold up, so we go through it. So every page, these are SEO optimized. I use ChatGPT to optimize every page. So all the headlines, all the areas on the page, I have a button at the top. So if they want to get real-time alerts, they click on it, it goes right to the real-time alerts section where they can put in their specific search that they're looking for. I'm looking for 2-bet bass, 3. They put their information in, they hit submit, and now they're going to get a unique shopping experience with homes delivered in their criteria. So this button is connected to, at the bottom of the page, your unlock exclusive properties, right? Through a search. And then on the page, I have a general map, browse all homes for sale over 1.5 million in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. And this is a map, and then they can navigate down and they can open up, see the homes, shop for homes, right?
That's
They
great.
can do all the shopping right here, right? Right on my website, all over $1.5 million. Right below that, I say stay ahead, explore newly listed homes in the Philadelphia area. So these are newly listed in the last 7 days. And I made this a carousel. And then down below, I say score a deal on just reduced homes in Philadelphia, all in the 1.5 and above range. Okay, so I did one of these for every price point. And then
So we just clone them.
What's that?
So we just clone them and do all the different increments.
All the increments. So I'm going to show you the easy peasy way to get this done. Every page took me roughly about 5 minutes to create. So within an hour, I had every price point designed out, because I'm going to show you how to do it in an easy way. So if I come out of here, let me close some of these windows. I'm done instantly. Get done up. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to log into Buying Buddy. So in Buying Buddy, what you're going to do is you're going to come up here and you're going to create your widgets for your page. So if you're a Buying Buddy person, this applies to you, but you could do the same thing if you have IDX Broker. If you're still using KV Core for your shopping or Lofty, this doesn't apply to you at all because you can't build these kind of pages in KV Core, right? KV Core doesn't give you this flexibility. So you're just going to have to do a general shopping for all your buyers. Okay. So, but if you're using our website and you're using IDX Broker or Buying Buddy, you're going to start creating filters of homes in that price range that you're going to put on the web page. So you use the wizard to do that. So you click on the wizard, you pick your domain. So for these, I always use the properties by MLS. I hit next. And then this is where if you don't have, it's your website, so you can make that website look any way you want. I did a map with all homes in that price range, and then 2 carousels just listed and just reduced as carousels. If you want your web page to look different, that's totally up to you. It's your system, right? It's your website. So what I did was I said make a map view first, and I hit next. And then I started identifying what filters do I want to put in here. So I clicked on the status. I want to show coming soons and for sale. I don't want to show under contract or sold or rent. So I selected the 2 statuses I want out of the MLS. And then what I did was I started building the price ranges. So the first one we're doing is 200,000. But what I did was I decided to go no lower than 50,000 because I don't want to deal with rentals and really crappy houses. So I under the 200,000 for me is really between 50 and 200,000 in Philadelphia. That's totally up to you. So in this one, all I did was I went to locations and I picked down in locations the state, because my MLS covers multiple states. So I'm going to say just show me PA homes, and then I just picked all my counties. So Montgomery, Philadelphia, Monco, if I type it right, Montgomery, Berks, right? So I have 7 counties in Philadelphia that I serve. So I just made a general search for all homes in those 5 counties in that price range. Okay, so that was all my filters. Now, when I do the just reduced, and just listed, I'm going to create another widget with the same criteria, these counties, this price point, right? These statuses. But for the just listed section, I'm picking, I did 7 days. And for just reduced, I picked 7 days. So you build the same, you're building 3 widgets, one for all, one for just reduced, and one for just listed with your search criteria. The other thing that I always do is this little checkbox here in Buying Buddy. I said they must have photos because I didn't want a house that didn't have photos on my website. So I said must have photos. Okay. And then I go to the very bottom. I hit next. I skip these, which, by the way, you could build a widget if you want for your listings. So I'm on my main homepage. I'm building a section for my homepage that shows all Smarty's listings in one carousel. So people coming to Smarty the Realtor will see all my listings, right? If I'm going to do my listings, I'm going to put my ID, my Bright ID, MLS ID in this field. And then I'll build a widget that only pulls homes on the Bright MLS with my ID. Or you could do your brokerage listings and put the brokerage ID in there. But this is a general search, so I say next. Now for the map, I left these 2 on. You can play around with it. Again, this is your system. You make it look the way you want, so play around with it. On the preset, I did 10 homes on the map at a time, so that you have the map on the left and then the homes on the right. So I said show 10 at any given time, and then as they navigate the map, they'll see more. You can go as high as you want, right? I just said 10 is probably going to look good on my page. Then you could do the sort by. I like to do the most expensive first. So up here, the highest price. And then the second sort I did by city. So when they're doing the searches, that's how the homes are going to be stacked. And then if I want to hide the class, I just put yes here to hide. So if for some reason there's not a single house for sale in my search, it'll just hide that whole section. So that's what that does. Then I hit next. And this is the code. So that's the snippet of code that I have to put on the page. So very, very easy in Buying Buddy to create a section. And then I come over to the CRM. And for the $200,000 page, I open this up and edit it. And this page, you're going to see 4 code boxes on the page. The top one is all. The next one is newly listed. This is reduced. And this is your opt-in form. And I'll show you where to get that opt-in form so you know where they filled in what they want and they say, get me automatic listings. So all I do is I click this code box and I paste it right here, what I just copied from Buying Buddy. And now I have all homes for sale with a map view on my webpage under $200,000 in those 7 counties. I did the same for just listed, and I did the same for just reduced. I just copied the widget code. You'll see all the counties in there. and you're good to go. Now, before the page is done, we want to be SEO friendly. So at the very top of the page, you'll see these icons across the top. I went to the SEO metadata button. On the left-hand side, this is all the SEO data that we want to put on our page. So if a buyer in Philadelphia says, my husband and I only have a budget of 190,000, let me see all homes under 200,000 in Philadelphia, I want this page to show up on Google for them to click and shop for homes. Okay? So everything in here is intended to be SEO friendly so we can be discoverable when buyers are searching on Google for homes. So in here, Go High Level has a scoring system. When you're going to see numbers there if you have not filled it in. To be fully optimized for SEO, you want zeros in each of these sections. So the zero means no issues. Okay? So in here, you have content, you have keywords, author, social image, and tags and links. So there's 5 sections that you have here. So being AI certified agents, what do you think I did? I opened up ChatGPT, and down in here, where's my list? Oh, it's in here. So on my website, I have a project for my website. I literally just said, give me the SEO title for homes under 200K. Now I already told it. It already knows, and if this one it didn't have anything, but I'm going to say add Philly Metro. So you want to definitely put your location in that title. So affordable homes in the Philly Metro, find your dream home today. Right? So you literally copy that, and that goes over here in content, right in this section here. You'll see that there's a limitation to character size. So I can ask ChatGPT, make it under 70 characters, right? And then it's going to rewrite it under 70 characters, right? Browse now. So this is going to be my title. And then all I have to do is start asking questions. Provide description. It already knows that we're dealing with SEO, so I don't have to keep putting SEO in there. So now it's discover affordable homes under 200,000 metro area. Find the perfect home that fits your budget. Start your search today. So you're going to do that for the title, the description. Then I go into ChatGPT. I say, give me keywords. And it's going to give me all the keywords that people are going to search on Google, right? And it put it in a list. And I could say in paragraph, separated by comma. So now it's going to give me those keywords. Now for the first page, it's putting it in like this. Now every other price point, it knows what I'm looking for and exactly how I want it. The nice thing is I can copy all these keywords and I just drop them into keywords right here. So I have all the keywords for under $200,000 shopping in Philadelphia. In the author side, I put Smarter the Realtor. Now social images. You want to go into Canva. Every page on your website should have a social image. If you're not familiar with what that is, does everybody know last week we talked about favicons? Favicons is when you're on a website, it's the little icon that's up in the Google tab. So you could put a favicon in your website. So when somebody goes to your website, it has a nice little logo on it. But this social image, also known as the OG image, open graph image, is used when you text somebody the URL. It's what shows up in the text message. So if I just copy this Smarty the Realtor and I go into chat here, if I do it to like John Williams, if I paste my URL in there for John, this is the social image that shows up when I send them the text message. Okay. If you don't
Where
have,
did you copy that from? Where did you go to get that? Where did you
that's your
copy that?
URL, Sandy. Every web page has a URL,
Oh, gotcha. I see it. Okay.
right?
Thanks.
The other thing that you're going to want to do when you name these pages here was I asked ChatGPT, I said, give me a SEO optimized URL slug. That's after your domain name / whatever. So affordable homes under 200,000 Philly Metro. Okay. So that's the actual what's behind your domain. So homes for sale under 200K Philadelphia. That's the final URL. So I'm going to show you that where to put that in a minute, but every page has a URL. So like sandymagolan.com / just listed, Sandy, right? So that's the URL for your just listed page. And then sandymagolan.com / just listed or just reduced, right? Trade-in program. Every single page has a URL. Every page has SEO and every page has a social image. So one of my clients this morning said, can you tell me a little bit about your rent to own program? So I sent them the rent to own URL from my website, and they had a nice social image that popped up that says, buy, rent, love, and, and own, right? And it had whatever I wanted in that image. So you can go into Canva, and I have a folder called my SEO, website SEO is my folder in my image library. I literally uploaded all my Canva images for every price point. So I made a little image for every price point. So now, like I just had another buyer this morning said, hey, my husband and I are looking to start shopping this weekend for homes, Smarty. I know their budget's at $650. So I just sent them a link to my $650 page, and they got a nice OG image, a nice image, homes in 600 to 700,000. And when they clicked on it, it brought them to my dedicated page with houses in that price range. So you can see why we have these pages. So that is what you do. Now, the other thing down here is there are links. And these are very, very important. This is what Sandy was talking about with like Google hiccuping in herself. So you could ask ChatGPT for the canonical link. So you could say canonical link. And ChatGPT is going to give you the link. And I just copy that code. And I say down here, I hit the add button and I paste that URL right here. So I already did that for mine. My canonical link's here. And then you're going to say, give me my custom meta tags. So you'll say custom meta tags. And ChatGPT is going to create all the meta tags I need for my website. So they'll break it down into keywords, description, and title. So when you create these, you give it a name, title, and then you paste what ChatGPT gave you right here. So you'll see I have a tag for title, description, and keywords. And all I did was ask ChatGPT and it gave me everything I need. So now my page is, and then down below, guys, there's an update SEO metadata button at the very bottom. Do not forget to click that button. And then you want to hit save and publish your website. Like this, right? So now my website is completely SEO optimized. If I have a buyer that's looking for homes in the 200,000 and under range, I could send them that link in a text message, say start shopping. And when they click, they're going to get up to a website and start looking at homes in their price point. And I'll know what homes they're picking and checking and favoriting and liking. So I can pick a showing schedule for Saturday to show them those homes. Now, let me show you a couple things. So we talked about that slug. So for each page, when you come out in this view, when I ask ChatGPT for the optimized URL slug, you hit the three dots and you hit settings. I put the slug right here. Right? So I didn't just say homes under 200K because that's not SEO friendly. Google loves when you have SEO optimized URLs. So this URL clearly says smartertherealtor.com/homes for sale under 200K Philadelphia.
You got to remember to put the dashes in too, because
You have to put the dashes in because this is a URL. You can't have spaces in the URL, right? But when I asked ChatGPT for it, it just gave it to me. Now, here's the most beautiful thing. So once I got the first page took me probably 20 minutes, half hour, because I was in Buying Buddy creating all my widgets and copying them and putting them in a Google Doc. And then I went into the website and I pasted them all in, right? So I copied the widget, put it in a Google Doc, and then I went into here and I pasted the code in each section, right? So that took me 20, 30 minutes to get all that right. And I was playing around with my filters and the right price points and all that stuff, getting it the way I wanted. But after I got page number 1 done, I never had to log into Buying Buddy again. So let me show you how easy it is to create a page once you get your first page done. So let's say I wanted another page at the 250 to 300 range. I hit the three dots and I hit clone. So once you have your 200K, you're going to go to your next price point. Now, I don't have to do it over here. I just say clone on this website right here. So it's going to copy the 200 under 200K, and it's going to make a new page on my website with the word clone in it. So all I have to do now is I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Well, first I'm going to give it a title. So I'll call it 250 to 300. Let's just say. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me this URL. So if I come over here, I'm going to copy this. SEO optimized for 250 to 300. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I want to say slug. So copy that again. It didn't put the right prompt in. So I would say SEO optimized URL for that. And then it's going to give me the URL. So look at that. Homes for sale in the Philly Metro. And that's what I'm going to do right here.
Can't you just edit the path instead of going back to
Yeah, you can
chat?
just edit the path. You can just edit the path. But I only had one that was under, because the one I did before was under 200. So you're not going to use the word under now. That's why I went back to ChatGPT. But yes, for the other pages, you can just copy it and edit the path.
Okay.
Okay. So you hit save, right? So now I have the right URL. I have the page set up. So in the page, now I'm going to edit the page. I just have to make a few tweaks, right? So once I got the page copied, it takes me 5 minutes. So when I open this up, I'm going to just change the header. Between 200 or 250 and 300K, right? And I got to do the same for this down here. and make it say anything you want, guys. This is your page again. So you may not like how I did it. Your page. Now you don't have other price points in these, so I didn't have to do it. So I had 2 places to edit the headline. Now all I have to do now is click on the first box, go to the open editor, and in here, this is the Buying Buddy code for the 200,000 and under house. All I have to do is change this price and this price, and now it works magically. So if I go in here and say 250,000 and change this to a 3 and hit save, when I hit save and publish, now magically on my website, this page, look at all the home prices. They're over 250 and they're under 300. Did everybody understand what I just did? So I don't have to go back to Buying Buddy. I go to the next one and I just edit the code and I'm changing it from 250,000 to 300,000, save. And I go to the last one and I edit it and make it 250 to 300.
Oh, that was a find. Wow.
Oh my God, no Buying Buddy anymore. Now I just do page. You'll have it all done tonight, Sandy. You get the
Oh,
first
wow.
one, and then you get your widgets the way you want it on the first price point, and then every other one, you just copy the page, change the code, right? And Stripe. Now, you can't forget, every page has an SEO. So for this one, I still go back in like the 5 minutes was, but now I had it down pat with the chat GBT. I said, all right, now give me title, boom, give me description, boom, give me keywords, boom, give me the conical link, boom, give me the metadata tags, boom. And then, for this one, I selected my next price point. So I went in and said, all right, here's my next price point. I'm doing the 5 to 600,000. Right. So I loaded all my Canva images first before I started doing things. So I went into Canva and I designed my OG images, my social images.
Oh, so it's the same photo. You just put the below your name, below your picture, you just put the price range
point.
tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
The price point. Yeah. So if you go into Canva, it was easy to do. So in Canva, here's my OG images, which I'm doing for all my pages. Every page is going to have this. Just listed under 200,000, listed between. Right? That's how you do the OG pages. I downloaded them from
What is
Canva.
the size? What size is that photo?
So
What's the
these
size?
sizes are, if I do resize, I think they're 640. Well, actually, I could just do it this way.
There is a training on getting these OG images.
Yep.
I just want to know what size you're using. So when I go into Canva and create them.
It's not showing size. Oh, wait, more information. Normally shows.
Smarty, go to your media library and it'll show you exactly what the size is right there.
Oh, in the media library?
Go in your media library, click it open, it'll show you the size.
Oh, there it is. No, that's just the dimension.
Just click it open.
Oh.
Now just click it open. It'll show you. Not load it, click it open. Single click on it, not a double.
Oh, there we go. So it's 12 by 6.
There you go.
30 pixels. And that looks really good on a text message. So when you go to text, that's what they see.
And yours
when
is
you go
what
into
size,
Canva-
Smarty?
What's that?
Show your size again.
12 by
1200
630.
by 630. 1200 by 630. Where do you go in Canva? Is that a presentation? Is that the video? Is that what are you
No, in
creating?
Canva, I just created an image. I just said create
But when you first get there and you say create, it gives you all these options. What do you want to create? Do you want
Is
to
it a
create?
custom or what?
no. Oh, I always do custom when I do my stuff because I'm telling it what I want. So I just say create a design. I always hit custom and I say
Got it.
12
Oh, okay.
by 630, and it creates a beautiful Canva.
Create design custom. Okay, cool.
And then I say I want this picture, whatever, and start customizing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Smarty, in the training, you give us your pages.
No, so I didn't give you all the pages. I only gave you the first one.
I know, but once you have the kind of the basic one, you know, we can customize it.
That's why I gave it to you like that, Chris. So you have the one. So you put it in your website. It takes you no
Just
time.
clone it.
Change some headings.
Right, no, I'm good. I'm just mentioning it if people don't know that your pages are available to us.
We're not talking about pages. We're talking about the OG.
The OG images are a Canva file that Smarty can share.
Well, I just asked for the dimensions.
Yeah, I don't
can do
want to share
that
mine because
that's what this
mine is like so custom. I mean, I could share it in Canva if you guys want it, but it's up to you. I could put it in the share link if you want this OG package I have. Here, I'll just throw it in there if you just want to put your picture in there and your logo.
Are you putting this in your Google page or on your Google Drive?
No, I'm just going to put it right here in Zoom right now.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you're gonna like upload it maybe later.
Yeah, probably. I'll put it up there somewhere. That's my OG images. If you guys want that. But how magic is that, guys, with Buying Buddy? So once you get your first one, all you're going to do is you're going to change a couple labels on the heading. You're going to change the code itself with the price range, save, and then go into SEO, ask ChatGPT to give you all new title, description, keywords for that price point. Done.
That's great.
Now, once you have those done, now it makes sense when you're on these pages. So if I come over here now to my just listed page, right here, my just listed page has a section down here, shop by price range. Okay, so
now you got to link those to those pages.
You got to link those. So what I suggest everybody do is once you're ready to get that done, you're going to come down here. Let me get rid of some tabs so it makes sense. So in here, you just want to open each page up. So you have the URLs. So I'm going to open that one, that one, that one, and just open up all 12 pages. So now it's real easy for me to connect all the dots. So see what I'm doing, guys? And one more, boom. So now across the top, I have all my price points. So I'll just do the first one. Well, I'll go over here. So this is the 600,000 to 700,000. I copy that URL. And then in the editor, when you're on the just reduced page,
just listed,
or just listed page, or just reduced, they both have those sections. And what I did on the pricing page is I made both sections, so it doesn't matter which one. But what you're doing here is you're just going to say 6 to 7. You highlight it. Now what you have to do, it's a little finicky. You got to highlight it until this little bar pops up. So it doesn't pop up right away. Don't panic. Just try to highlight it again. And right here they have this little a paper clip. And up here I'm going to paste that URL right there. Okay, so if I save and publish, just to show you what it looks like now, is the buyer gets our email. Like we have a buyer nurture campaign. Your buyers get a nice email from you saying, hey, check out my latest listings. Or get a deal with the Just Reduced Homes. When they get that email and they open it up, they're coming to this page that has you or the girl. And they say, oh, I can shop by price range. My price range is 6 to 7. So when they click 6 to 7, your website changes now to just 6 for 7 homes. And now they're just shopping in their price range.
Yeah, keep them engaged.
Right? So that makes sense now, Campbell, what you were questioning me earlier? So you still do a wide net, but when they get to your web pages or shopping, we want them to be able to quickly navigate to a price point if they're interested in that price point.
Well, they can also do that from your refined filters right there. They can set their own price range right there.
I'm just making it easier for them.
Got it.
So if you don't want to do these price pages, that's up to you guys. But I thought it's a nice touch because now I can text somebody just the price page URL if I know what their budget is. Now they're going to a dedicated page for homes in their price range.
Is there an SEO reason for having those individual pages?
It's going to be, because the more content you're providing, Campbell, the better SEO is going to love you. So if I'm only showing homes between 6 and 7 and somebody Googles, I need a home under 700,000, I want to be showing up on the Google page.
Got it.
Or what homes, now I'm looking for a deal for homes that reduced in $700,000 range. Boom. There's Smarty's site. All right, guys, that's what I wanted to show you. So what do you guys think? You going to get busy tonight?
Yep.
Yep. Hey, Smarty, quick question. I missed a little bit of what you're doing in the beginning with the instantly. How quickly will that video be available?
It's already there. And I also just put it in the Zoom chat. So grab it from the Zoom chat. It's right there. You can watch
the one in the Zoom chat. Okay. Got it. And one more question. Do you have a source you're using right now for soliciting people who are absentee owners that's providing you with all the data? I know we can go into Remine and get some of the data, but do you have a better source for that right now, or is that going to be coming with your new deal?
That's I still use Remine for that kind of data with Remine just to get, because I could do age of ownership type filters. So I call it my baby boomer database. So I have about 11,000 baby boomers in the Philadelphia metropolitan area that are in a custom audience in Facebook. So when I do videos, I'll boost that video to that group so that they'll see my trade-in programs and stuff. So I just use Remine for that.
Are you pulling all their personal information if they have it? And can you download
Well,
it?
in order to put it in Facebook, you need at least an email. Because everybody signs up with Facebook with emails. So if they don't have an email, they're not in Facebook. So
okay.
So there was one other thing we wanted to cover, but this is for is John still here?
I'm here.
John Williams.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll catch up with him later. He gave me a CSV file. He's like, I can't import it to the CRM. So he gave me the file. I was just going to import for everybody. Is that an exercise? Is that something you guys want to see? Me importing so you can learn how to import your own files?
Of course.
I have a question before we get on to that.
Yep.
Let me share my screen if that's okay.
Yep.
So in Buying Buddy, I noticed something when you were going through and doing location, and this is probably a Buying Buddy issue, but when you put in your state, it's populated here, and then you could click counties, and I'm not getting that.
Did you, when you hit the drop down on state, did you select it from the list or?
Yeah, just like that.
Start typing in the county, Tim. I had to start typing it in. I didn't go through a drop down initially.
Nothing.
Nothing. That's an MLS issue. So you may want to talk to Paul and find out.
Yeah, I thought that. Okay.
Tim, mine does the same. What they told me, put your county with a comma after it and then put the next one and it'll find everything that you need. It's just not auto-populating. I've got the same pain in the ass problem you've got.
So it's not doing the X's like Marty, and I'm okay doing it this way?
Yeah. Yeah. Smarties does the drop down. Some of them just don't populate that well. Just type in the county name, put a comma, and then put the next one beside it. Because I just did it while we were on with Smarty for the counties that I'm doing for the web page he was showing, and it works.
Okay,
It just
cool.
doesn't. It's just not as neat as you would like to see it.
Got it. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And do you have an affiliate for Buying Buddy?
No, there's no affiliate program for that program. He only charges $49, so he can't give away the shop.
Oh, okay.
Smarty, any idea when he's
Does
going to
it-
give us those widgets he talked about?
They're coming soon. Actually, I'll show you one. He's doing testing on my account. I'll just show you what one of the widgets looks like. It's pretty cool. We're like a week or two away, Campbell, to having this in there. Probably even sooner. It may even be this week is what he's showing me. One of the things for everybody to know with Buying Buddy with Paul, he's really vested with us. He really wants to continue to improve the system for us. So I shared all my favorite widgets from IDX Broker to Paul, and he's systematically checking them off and getting them as widgets in his system. So one of the widgets inside of IDX Broker is a market report. So if I share my screen, I now have, this is Fiddler Square. So this is at the community level. So what we're doing is we're setting, how we're all doing community pages and neighborhood pages and city pages with homes. And, so we have for SEO optimization and stuff. So Fiddler Square is where I live in Philadelphia. And he's going to start giving us these kind of widgets, guys. So, houses for sale, average price, average days on market, sold, homes sold.
Awesome.
Right. So these are going to be.
Smarty, he needs to also turn this into an email campaign that can go out once a month.
Yeah.
It takes the place of HomeBot for
Yeah.
a reason to contact people to let them know what's going on in their market. It's a great thing to send them because it's something that people actually have an interest in.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And then he's playing with these kind of links too. He already has this widget. So under 500,000, and that just shows homes in that price range. So you could build these links in his system right now.
And not the community ones yet.
Not the market report.
Smarty, where do you stand now on getting the make to us or something from him for being able to integrate our contacts over?
Oh, so that's the other thing that he and I are working on is some of the integration points for data. So what Bob and I are doing right now is just export your buyers in a CSV and load it into Buying Buddy. That's the easy way to get it done right now, Campbell. So all your buyers are in there, but then we're gonna make a tighter integration.
How are you doing community
So
pages?
that's
I'm sorry.
Marty,
Yep.
maybe I'm behind, but what is Buying Buddy for? Is it like something that we needed for this?
Well, Buying Buddy is a full IDX for your website. So this is all Buying Buddy home shopping on your website.
Does it have to be connected also to my local MLS?
Yeah, it connects to your MLS.
So how are we doing like with the IDX? We had those one-click communities. What are we doing with the Buying Buddy to be comparable?
What we're doing is we're just building our own community pages, Sandy. So remember we did that in a couple weeks ago as a group. We're using ChatGPT to do the write-up now that we're AI certified. And we're just
creating the pages one by one.
One by one, yeah.
And then if you want to use the IDX aspect of it, you just do a widget.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm doing.
Jonathan, will you share a link real quick for that voice service you talked about for HeyGen?
11 Labs. Hold on a second.
You can use 11 Labs on HeyGen, right, Jonathan?
Yeah. You just buy it and then you go ahead and there's an area that you put the API key in.
Hey, Smarty.
Yeah.
Before we change subjects, can we just talk about like the pages you just created, the dollar amounts, right? You went from below 200,000 and then you skipped to 250. You didn't. I know you didn't address it between 200 and 250. That doesn't matter in my market either. But does that make a difference if I put like 200,001?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. So let me show you a couple things, guys. So when I was going through editing the widgets on the page, I didn't want overlap, because it says 8 to 9, 9 to 1 million, right? So the 900s are all going to show up on both pages. So when I did the edit, all I did was I said 801 to 900, and then the other page went 900,001 to 1,000,000. So that way they're on different pages. And then the only other one that was a challenge, but this was easy. And in I have a training video on all this, guys. If I go down here, for the one that was over 1.5 million, you only have a under, but you don't have a max. All I did was, I'll show you on this one. When I edited the code, it wasn't just about changing the number, but for 1.5 million, I put 1.5 million here. And then you get rid of the max because there is no max to the plus sign. So in the code, you see every section has a plus. So I got rid of the price max equals 700,000. When I copied that page, if you look at the one that is
you're gonna want only
above,
one plus sign then.
Yeah, the 1 million plus. I just got rid of that plus section that had a max. So now it just says min $1,501,000, and there's no plus max. It just goes right to property type equals land, multifamily, whatever. And here's my counties. Which, by the way, guys, on neighborhoods, once you build your first neighborhood, if you know the names of your other neighborhoods, you don't have to go back and create a widget in Buying Buddy for every neighborhood, Sandy. You can dupe the page for the next community and just change the community name right here.
Do you save your widgets separately somewhere?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
even,
that's what I asked
even
yesterday.
save them because once they're on a page, Tim, they're on the page. I don't have to save them anywhere. I can go back and recreate them if I want them, but there's no need to save them because they're you can change them outside the system at any time and put them on a page.
I have one more question on my seller theme, or is it my seller theme or buyer theme or both? I sent it to you and you said you got April, or you checked it. Can you just check and see? I double checked it. It looks like it's right, but you're telling me you received my April, and that means all my clients received April, and I don't know why.
I think that was maybe a test we did for April after I thought of Sandy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I looked, what Sandy's talking about is she, over the weekend, I had her do her campaigns. So here's her seller campaign. And what you're interested in, make sure when you do it, you put the correct execution date. So when you create a campaign and go high level, you're going to tell the system, when do you want this campaign to kick off? So, right around Thanksgiving, right around Christmas, around, Halloween, around July 4th. So she did it right.
I did all mine on the 1st. How come they don't? I mean, I did February 1st, March 1st. I did all on the 1st. Why are they
No,
saying?
look, the execution date is you got them right. You don't want them on the 1st, Sandy.
I
So
did. I put them all
if
on
I
the 1st.
reschedule this one, no, you have it set for the 22nd of December. You
Is
did
that
it.
for buying or selling you're looking at?
This is the seller one.
Oh, I think the buyer ones, because I did them at the beginning of the month so that they had the whole month to exercise whatever it had to offer. I'm pretty sure. I remember on one of them I did it first on all of them.
Marty, I think you're in your account, not hers.
Oh, wait. Good
Oh,
catch.
thank you.
Good catch. Let's look at Sandy.
Like, I know I did everything on the 1st.
Yeah, you don't want to do it this way, Sandy. Edit all your dates because everybody should put the dates relevant to the month that you're in around the holiday. Because why would you do the 1st of the month to say Happy Valentine's Day? Right? Why would you say about Thanksgiving and the
Or
email
Merry
come out on the
Christmas,
1st?
yeah.
Yeah, Merry Christmas on the 1st of December.
I didn't think about it. Okay.
What we do is I don't want to drop it on the actual date like Christmas Day, but I want to get it on a day or
Just
two
before. Yeah.
Christmas. Then they'll
Okay,
get a
I'll have
nice
to read each
email
one and do
about
it
home,
accordingly.
right? So all you do, Sandy,
Okay.
you hit the 3 dots and you say
Reschedule.
schedule,
Yeah.
and then you change the date that it goes out right here.
Yeah,
And
at
just
the top.
pick the dates. Like obviously, like April Fools is the 1st of the month. You could do April, right? Some dates are, but Mother's Day, around Mother's Day.
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess I should have read them.
Yeah. Yeah, then they'll come out at the appropriate time frames. James?
Yeah.
Chris.
I was going through the FISBO kit email drip, and there's a link, a trigger link that I'm not finding in our set of trigger links. Is it just supposed to, can I create one that matches? And
Yeah,
then
tell me which one. Let's take a look. Which one are you looking at?
yeah, go in there. Go into FISBO. Yeah, that one, the home offers easy. Yeah, and click on any of those emails. Yep. Just any one of those. In there, there's a bunch of different named buttons. So if you click on the button, see that trigger link? I'm not seeing that in the set of trigger links. So I wanted to, if I can you even create one using that same
Oh,
name?
you know what we did? These are the home offers easy ones, right?
Yep. Is that
So
just supposed to go to home offers
no,
easy?
all these go to your every single email in here, James and everybody. You just want to send it to your storefront.
Okay, the storefront
Right?
or the
storefront.
.com.
Yeah, right
home.
here, the kit, the home offers easy FISBO. So this sends them right to your storefront. And down here, they can pick products, right? I need photography. I want to get home offers easy, right? Go to the cart, put in their credit card, give James $550.
Easy. What was that URL again?
So you're putting it into the home offers easy FISBO trigger link.
Okay.
And then the URL, you have easyfisbokit.com, FISBO kit.
Yep.
So you're going to put in all those emails, James, you're going to put this trigger link right here. So you drive traffic to that page.
Ah, perfect.
Is that link your link, Smarty?
No, that's he bought that domain.
Yep.
So if you're not familiar, guys, for the home office easy guys out there, we built a storefront for FSBOs that works really well. So in the storefront, there's a dedicated website. And in the website, you don't want to put it on your main domain because FSBOs will get afraid if it says Tim the Realtor or whatever. So you tip like what we do is like for me, I have FSBOEasyKit.com. I bought the domain on GoDaddy. So my storefront is here, and then it's actually a storefront. So we have the Home Office Easy video here. We have the flip book. This is all in the training center for you guys. And then down here, these are your products that you're offering a FSBO. Oh, you got a T-shirt.
So I told you last night about that new buyer lead on email number 10, and you said there are buttons there. I'm looking right at it and I don't see the buttons. Can I share my screen?
So let's go through. I'm just going here.
Okay. There's a category for, hey, contact, you can always call me, and that's it. Copyright at the bottom. And it's under the new buyer lead email number 10. And you're like, there's two buttons there. I'm like, okay, well, there it is, number 10.
No, this one
Where are
doesn't
the
have any buttons.
Thank you. Made me feel like I was crazy yesterday.
Yeah, no buttons. So what you could do, the easiest way to do that, Sandy, is you go like
Just
that.
add one?
No, you don't need to do it. Just make this a
Okay.
hyperlink. So highlight list of properties.
Excellent.
Up here in the link, and then put your trigger link right here.
You got it. Okay. Thank you.
Boom. So now you have that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure it wasn't missing
we did this.
something.
We did this style for a lot of the buyer themes. There's no buttons. We're just using hyperlinks in the description.
Okay, that's what I'll do if I come across another one.
Yeah. So you just highlight the words you want to put the link on, and then up here there's a little paper clip where you click on that, and you just paste in the URL.
Okay, no problem.
All right, Chris.
Real quick, two questions on those buyer search by price points. First one is in practice, Smarties, there's still going to be reasons for us to use a more generalized search page, right? Like the personalized home search page that we already have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, great. And secondly, I think I know the answer to this. Unfortunately, I do serve 7 counties like you do. However, 4 of them are in Ohio and 3 of them are in Kentucky, and they're 2 different MLSs.
2 MLSs, yeah.
And Buying Buddy can't merge the MLSs. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just set up doubles.
Doubles,
like
like
here's
Kentucky.
a search for Ohio and here's a search for Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because most people aren't searching both anyway. They're usually Ohio people or Kentucky people. So just a little more work for me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to double up on everything. I run into it a little bit here, Chris, because my MLS is on 5 states, and literally where I live here at Fiddler Square, I could throw a rock into New Jersey. So every once in a while, but my husband and I really like this house. I'll look at the address. I'm like, oh, that's on Jersey side. I'm not licensed, but that's where I have Bob Millaway. I'm like, hey, Bob, take the house.
Got it. I understand.
Tammy.
Yeah, I'm looking at Buying Buddy right now, and I see the $49 a month, but it says you get the one website plus a full CRM. Are we going to be doing something with their CRM?
No, well, right now, Tammy, there's not a tight integration of the data. That's what Campbell was asking. So Paul and I are working to make it synchronized, so the leads will be in both places. He sells his own Buying Buddy with a database of contacts. So That's why he calls it CRM, and he does emails and stuff out of there. So right now we're just synchronizing the data by just loading our buyers into Buying Buddy's database so that we can track their behavior.
Oh, okay. So we are going to have to use their CRM. So we're still going to be dealing with two CRMs.
Yes. Now, what we're doing we're trying to quickly have an integration between our two, so you don't have to worry about dealing with them. Any buyer that comes in your system will show up in Buying Buddy and vice versa. So it'll be synchronized, just like we're doing with Dub. So Dub, we always synchronize our leads in both Dub and here because we want to know who's watching the video. So we do a nice integration to Dub.
Okay.
With the contact data.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
All right, guys. Hopefully this was useful. Get your warmings done. Get your price per pages done, and let's keep trucking moving forward.
Is there Wednesday with Bob?
Yeah, Bob's going to do his Wednesday.
Cool.
Hey, Smarty, I wanted to share this guy I use for leads, and he's really cheap.
Yeah, good lead source.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I was paying somebody $250 for divorce leads, and this guy was giving me the same exact leads per lead, like 1,000 for like $250. I just put it in the chat.
That's a good price.
It was a great price.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've got the system set up, and I was just like, I don't know where he's at. You know, I don't know. Philippines, I don't even know, and I don't care because he comes up with the same info that anybody else comes up with, but it's cheaper.
Is this the one for Real Supermarket, the one you just put in there?
Yep.
Okay.
So check him out. I mean, he does all kinds of leads, and he's cheap. And I wanted to offer it to the group.
Yeah. It's the have you checked out the information just to see how good it is though?
Yeah, because I was paying somebody else $250. Oh, he gives exclusive leads for your county if you sign up. And then, of course, when I tried to get out of it, oh, you have to give us 30 days notice. So I had to pay for the next next month. They were exactly the same leads. Oh, it irritated the daylights out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So anyway, I don't know how this guy gets them. I don't care. But in Tucson, we don't have a public record system like for probate. Like it's not online. So I don't know how he gets them. But he's cheap. And believe me, he gives good leads. I mean, they are what anybody else is offering, but at a much reduced price.
That's good.
I just find a lot of the information, the contact information isn't good. So I end up doing a lot of research myself.
Well, but it's what other people have been selling anyway. So
yeah.
But he's at least cheap.
Yeah, there you go. That's always good.
Smarty,
So
can I ask
identify
one more
who's
question?
getting a divorce is most important, and then you can find the other data later.
Yeah.
But Smarty, can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
In Arizona, they won't let us do like a flat fee for selling with EXP. Is there anything that I could do to kind of change the website? I don't know, but it just like, oh no, you can't do
But
that.
what some people are doing, Sue, is instead of a flat fee, they're just saying like a 1% listing agreement
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that'll work.
or a 0.5% or 1% or whatever.
All right. Thanks, Marty.
ZXP doesn't care what percentage you put on a listing agreement. They just don't
But
want
it
a
won't-
flat fee, right?
Oh, just whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
But this guy has given me great stuff. And when I found out I was screwed against the one who was like, well, you're going to be sad. And I'm like, no, I'm not, because he can give you everything. And it was a much, much cheaper price.
I put one in there too. I just got off of LinkedIn. I haven't called him. I did email him because it was like $250 for 1,000. I didn't know if that was good or not good, and I don't know if he's any good. But I found him on LinkedIn. This is not the guy you were using, right? That was bad.
No,
Okay,
no,
good.
no. But this guy is tremendous, and he does all kinds of stuff. Like go to his website and you can get any kind of lead you want.
Cool. Let's check it out. Compare it.
I don't have an affiliate lead, so I mean, you're just all on your own.
Worth checking into.
All right, guys. If you need anything, I'm around this week. So if next session, if you're into the marketing stuff with listening to leads and stuff, Bob has a session at 4 o'clock on Wednesday.
Awesome. See you then.
All right, see you then.